films like The Godfather and Apocalypse Now. It also gives a new look into the upcoming film that stars Adam Driver and follows the collapse of a future American empire. Megalopolis hits theaters on September 27th.
I'm begging of you, please don't take my man.
Dolly Parton is launching a new makeup collection. It's called Dolly's Beauty, and as of today, it's officially available. The line is starting with the Heaven's Kiss lipstick collection, which includes the shade Jolene Red. Eye and complexion products will be released at a later time. And Janet Jackson is heading to Nevada for a residency at Resorts World Las Vegas. In an Instagram post, the singer said she looks forward to spending the start of the new year with fans as the residency kicks off during New Year's week. That's entertainment. Kristen Marks, NBC News Radio.
It can get lonely climbing Mount McKinley, so to entertain myself, I go to ChumbaCasino.com. At Chumba Casino, I can play hundreds of online casino-style games for free, like online slots, bingo, slingo, and more. Plus, I get a daily login bonus. It's just too bad that up here, I don't have anyone to share my excitement with. Woohoo!
Live the Chumba life, anytime, anywhere. Play for free now at ChumbaCasino.com. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. See terms and conditions. 18+.
Want to experience the best membership in sports? Join the Atlanta Braves A-List season ticket waitlist. A-List members receive the best seats at the lowest prices and discounts on parking, food, and merchandise. Plus, A-Listers are guaranteed postseason ticket access and enjoy special events featuring players and alumni. So reserve your spot in line by joining the Atlanta Braves A-List membership waitlist today at braves.com/waitlist. Atlanta Braves baseball.
Good morning, Little Z. Good morning. Happy early birthday to you. Tomorrow's your birthday. Happy early birthday to you.
That's RYN News. I'm Tasha Stevens. Vice President Kamala Harris makes history at the Democrat National Convention.
I accept your nomination to be President of the United States of America.
With those words, Harris became the first Black woman to be a presidential nominee. After sharing her personal and professional background, she said this election offers the country a precious opportunity
To chart a new way forward.
Harris described Donald Trump as an unserious man, but warned the consequences of returning him to office are serious. Greg Clugston at the Democratic National Convention in Chicago.
Good morning.
So it is RYNnews.com.
So far, one person, but you're on first. That's all that matters.
Liberal soft-on-crime ideology since her days as California's Attorney General.
A beautiful city, San Francisco, California, has been destroyed by the leadership of people like Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris wants to take San Francisco liberalism nationwide, and I think we are not going to let her.
And spoke before supporters at a rally in Valdosta, Georgia. The trial of a former Las Vegas elected official accused of killing a reporter continues.
Robert Tellis testified before the jury Wednesday, saying he didn't kill investigative reporter Jeff Gervin in September 2022. And the former Clark County administrator of unclaimed estates pointed the finger at her real estate network for trying to fight corruption he says he saw in his office.
Somebody framed this, and I believe it is Thomas Realty, and I believe it's for the work that I've done against them.
Prosecutors say articles that Gervin wrote were critical of Tellis and a county office in turmoil, and prosecutors say that provided the motive for Tellis to kill Gervin. I'm Donna Warner.
This is SRN News. The DNC is going all in.
Hey, you can't sleep because your birthday's coming up. You're excited. That's always fun. Well, I hope you get everything you want for your birthday. I hope you get everything you want for your birthday.
That refers to states which have outlawed sex change operations on children. The platform also promises to fight efforts by parents to remove pornographic books from school libraries. Michael Harrington, SRN News.
Montana's Secretary of State Christy Jacobson has certified an abortion amendment for the November ballot. The measure would enshrine in the Constitution.
Hey, Toby, good morning to you, brother. Hope you are doing better.
The constitutional right to privacy includes the right of a woman to receive an abortion from a provider of their choice. The process began shortly.
Coming up next hour, we're going to play Fake News the Game, everybody. You're going to enjoy it. Something we used to do here.
Laws on driving and cannabis use, which are already stirring controversy.
It's not hard to check a driver's app.
And we got Reagan Box coming on the show.
I don't want to spend my Saturday.
No problem in a pinch. I appreciate you being around now. That's all that matters. Coming up, period number 2, we're going to do what I like to call fake news the game. I'm going to read a news story, and you're going to guess whether it's real or fake. That's coming up in period number 2. And we got Reagan Box, a candidate for U.S. Senate, will join us in the final period this morning. That's no problem. I always got to take an internet break, brother. You always got to take an internet break because there's a bunch of crazies on there sometimes. What's up, Jason's channel from Arkansas, one of my other favorite places. Drove through there many years ago coming back, and a lot of friendly people, including the state trooper who pulled me over. He just wanted to introduce himself to me. Didn't do anything to me except for, hey, welcome to Arkansas. That's actually what he said. I was like, oh, okay. I guess you have to live there to get in trouble, right, Jason?
Scorching hot out there, friends. The best way to beat the heat is to stay hydrated.
We're going to play Fake News the Game, a show we used to do back in the day on Fridays.
Antioxidant alkaline water. Swing by for quick and easy drive-through pickup and check out their selection of health-boosting options. Stay cool, stay refreshed, stay healthy with Water Tree in New.
Are you looking for a reliable dental practice that not only cares about your teeth, but is friendly to work with?
Ah, you're going to have fun the next couple weekends. That's what I'm saying.
Most Valuable Smiles in downtown Eatonton, Georgia is committed to giving you the biggest and brightest smile. Right now, get a $99 new patient special, including x-rays and exam. Maybe you're looking for veneers. Most Valuable Smiles special includes one free veneer with every 5 purchase. Or get that bright white smile you've always wanted.
I haven't heard about that, Toby. What's up, Volley Music King? Good morning. I have to look into that. I ain't heard anything about it, brother. But if you're saying it, it must be something that's going on. I'll check it out for sure. What's up, my hockey friend TYD? I'm working on some hockey for the station too. Hopefully, after I send over my information today, I get that back for what I want. I almost got one of 2 Christmas tracks done for you. Thank you. I appreciate that, brother. TYD. Yeah. Okay. I will check it out for sure, Toby. Thank you, brother. Good morning, Pete, Navajo Nation. I'm going to tell them hello. Want to get on the air. We got a great guest this morning, Reagan Box. She is a U.S. representative for Congress for the Republican Party in Georgia. She'll be on with me. And we're going to play Fake News the Game, period number 2. So we're going to get through all the news this morning as quickly as possible. You got that right, fellas, ladies, gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. It's time to kick off your favorite radio show. At least I think it is. It's coming up for you. 3 periods of nonstop excitement for you the next 3 periods. Coming up, we got Reagan Box, U.S. representative candidate for 2020 in the Senate. And Fake News, the game is back. It's RyanORadio Penitentiary. I'm your host of the most and one the only Ryan Neal. And of course, I'm the game. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I am there. The one, the only. Welcome back in. 78,000 plus of you worldwide on that shoutcast, shout it out loud. Across that RyanORadio Penitentiary, Earth Rock Radio, New Mexico, Arizona, and the Navajo Nation, the British Columbia Isles of Canada, and finally, 99.1 FM, WQEE the Key, home of Southern sports, inspirational talk, and more. We welcome you back into RyanORadio Penitentiary on the YouTube. Like, subscribe, and share there. We've got our poll question up this morning and more. We've got a lot in store for you on this edition of the RyanORadio Penitentiary, including Reagan Box, U.S. Representative for Senate. It's going to be with us, and fake news, the game is back. But first, to my haters, I am the man around here. 63 degrees on the outside, 63 in Noonan, 65 in Atlanta, 66 in Auburn, Opelika. Type of temperature brought to you by Active Pest Control. Summer, winter, spring, fall. We don't care for those rodents, critters, or gooey things at all. Michael the Crew can exterminate and lay the smackdown for you. Haven't heard from Red in a while. He has been checking out the show, but he hasn't been on the feed talking lately. But good morning to our listener takeover before we get everything kicked off. We'll say hello to you guys in a moment. I told you all the stuff we got going on. Good morning to Curtis joining us as well. In a Pinch is back. Bali is on with us. Happy birthday to Little Z, celebrating her birthday tomorrow. Pete says good morning to myself as well as to the Navajo Nation. Sweet Leaf says good morning back to you guys. Sue, Tim, Bob, and Rodney K on the Navajo Nation. Alice, Michael, and David, and Helen in Canada. And then we say good morning to Diana in South Wales, Kiko in Japan, Robert in Australia, and, of course, Sarah in New Zealand. In a Pinch, Pete. Toby, good morning to you as well. I'll get some information on that you sent over there and check it out. Jason, good morning to him. He is in Arkansas. He's going camping this weekend and next weekend. So he'll be away from all the media stuff. Thank God for him. He's going to enjoy himself. That's what Pinch said. Good morning. Hello. Good morning to you, Jessica. Early morning out there in L.A. We appreciate you being on with us, Jessica, as well. So good morning, everybody that's on. We appreciate all of you wonderful, fantastic people. We have a great show ahead, and we're going to play Fake News the Game coming up in period number 2. Those that don't know about this, you're going to get excited. It's going to be an opportunity to have a good time. We're going to read a news story, and you're going to guesstimate whether it's a real or fake news story. That's what we're going to do. 4:18 a.m. out there. Jessica gets up early, just like my boy Martin in Washington, and we appreciate all those wonderful people out there, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. Thank you. Good morning to you, Jessica. Up early. She's an early riser. Early bird gets the worm, as they say. Polly says, Ryan, you should cover the 2025 World Junior Hockey Championship. We do that on the network. We have the Rod Peterson Show weekdays from 12 to 2 p.m. They cover it, but I will check it out and cover it for you too. TYD, good morning to him. He's a hockey fan. I want to say good morning to him as well. We're working on some hockey to bring to the station, and I'll talk more about that as it gets closer to hockey season 2. We got so much going on here at the station. It is wow. And I've got so much going on the show. It's amazing, and I appreciate you guys being there. All right, which of these NFL preseason is a game of the week? 30% say the Jaguars and the Falcons. Oh, yeah. Dolphins versus Bucks, 0%. 49ers and Raiders, 36%. They're tied with Jaguars and Falcons going into tonight. And the Bears against the Seahawks, 27% of the vote. Weightlifting while watching you. Ah, that's my girl right there. She's weightlifting while she's watching. There you go, Jessica. Way to go, sister. Atlanta hockey. I'm ready for some Atlanta hockey, but it's not the NHL, but we got some more that's coming in that we're talking about. I'm not going to give it away too much. Also, next junior hockey's 2025 World Cup in India. We definitely will keep up with that. And we always keep up with it in the middays on the show because my boys Rod Peterson and Darren DuPont on the RP show always have that for you. Always have that for you, but we'll keep up with it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to get through all the headline news this morning. Won't discuss as much because I want to do fake news, the game coming up next hour. So there you go. I'm ready for the Louisiana Saints, says Curtis. You want a hockey team and professional hockey team in Louisiana? That'd be a good idea too. They act like people in the South don't like hockey. I mean, we got hockey teams all over Georgia. The hottest hockey show in the middays, the only real hockey show in the middays, and it's got the numbers that nobody else has from 12 to 2 p.m. lunchtime. There you go. So, yeah, you're right about that. Love it, love it, love it. All right, we're going to get through a lot of news this morning, sports. If I have time, I'll drop the picks to hit for you. If not, they're going to be on the WQEE page. The picks to hit that Richard Holdridge and I picked on this past Tuesday, ladies and gentlemen. This past Tuesday, we will we'll give you the picks to hit in the NFL preseason and the overtime with CFL, and I'll tell you who, what, when, and why. And by Monday, we'll give you all the scores. By Tuesday, we'll go over it with Richard on what's hot and what's not. Not what's hot, what's not. Picks to hit and everything. But also this morning, we've got Reagan Box. She's a U.S. representative for the state of Georgia in 2022. She is going to be with us. She is a former rodeo type champion. She's done a lot of things from missionary work to going to Paris, studying arts and more. She's worked with ranchers and everything. She's running for Senate in 2026. She'll be our guest in period number 3 this morning. All right, let's jump into what we got going on. Yes, she cannot sleep for days. And happy birthday once again to Little Z. She's got a birthday coming up tomorrow. I don't know if Serena Williams is going to be coming back or not, Molly. That's a good question. She may be making a comeback. You just never know. All right, let's get through a couple of the headline news at 22 minutes past the hour. Currently is holding at 63 degrees south. The temperature brought to you by Active Pest Control. Summer, winter, spring, fall. We don't care for those rodents, critters, or gooey things at all. Country singer Miranda Lambert is to be honored with the People's Choice Country Awards. The former wife of Blake Shelton is now being, and she was in that one song, Red, 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 Red. I can't remember the name of the song, but you guys probably know what I'm talking about. She's going to be honored. Expressed on yesterday that the 40-year-old received the Iconic Award at this year's show. What? Shania Twain will host the show. It's supposed to be on September 13th. On September 13th, she's got her new 9th solo album out ahead of the People's Choice Awards as well. And during the People's Choice Awards, there's many more people. And also, during the Country Music Choice Awards, Zach Brown has got 11 nominations. And guess who's got 12 nominations besides anybody else? It's going to be surprising. 12 nominations in the Country Music Award categories, Beyonce. So there you go. Wow. What a world it is now. Variety. There you go. Also, ladies and gentlemen, Canada's National Railway and Canadian Patrol Kansas City, as it's called, Thursday looked into the union workers shutting down the freight railroads. From Canada and the United States, nearly 10,000 workers are bringing the freights to a halt in Canada and the United States, damaging the economics for both. And economics and the economy for both countries. The union stated that there's some obligations that they have to agree to so they can get back to work. It's going to affect industries such as mining, agriculture, and retail. You don't need any more clothes or anything. We do have trucks. We do have trucks drivers out there like Terry C. They can take care of all that stuff for you. No problem there. Google on Wednesday also announced that they're going to be having a deal with California out there where you live, Jessica. the California legislature to provide funding for journalism to help boost the local newsrooms and develop additional AI programming for nonprofits. Google is going to provide $110 million along with $70 million from the state of California to have journalism initiatives over the next 5 years. I hope that means they'll be able to bring some kids back and young people back and train them into journalism and understanding that journalism is not sitting on the internet and going, I just don't like so-and-so. Hey, you know what they said? They said that the lizard people are going to eat the fascist lizard people are going to eat the communist left wing. No, hopefully we'll be trading these people up proper to be like, okay, we're going to look into news sources. Hopefully it's not just a waste of money. There you go. So, but I'm kind of glad about that. And in Alabama, over there in Alabama, where a banjo on your knee, voters in Alabama may face up to 20 years in prison, ladies and gentlemen. You're not going to believe this. 20 years in prison for offering receiving any kind of monies for assisting in turning in mail-in ballots. So if you pay your cousin Leroy to take off, I don't know. I hope not, Jessica. It's just me making fun of the lizard people. I hope they don't believe in the lizard people. Yeah, the lizard people are going to come get you. Oh, not Jessica. Anyway, we make fun of them all the time still here. It's just how it is. But anyway, back to Alabama. Yeah, mail-in votes. So if your cousin Leroy, you pay him to take it, he can't do it because he could go to jail for 20 years and have to pay a $30,000 fine up to, it's a Class B felony in Alabama now. So here you go. Howdy from Illinois this morning, says Terry C. What's up, Terry C? How you doing, brother? Welcome into the show. We're going to be playing Fake News, the game coming up in the next hour. For those of you who don't know what that means, it means one thing. Sweetly's like, it's back. Sue says it's back. They're all excited. It is where I read a news story and you guess whether it's real or fake. It's fun, fun, fun. I'm more worried about the Civil War that's fixing to break out. I haven't heard anything about a Civil War, Toby. I've been looking at some stuff like that. I don't think people are really going to fight that have different opinions. I think we got more people like Jessica, who was on the left, and more people like Martin on the right that wouldn't want to do that. They'll be the ones that go, "Hey, stop, idiots! Don't fight." So that's how I believe in it. But I'm gonna pray that it doesn't happen and everything. Now, wars with other countries, that could happen because we are in the midst of some stuff that's going on. So, but I believe our people in the United States are smarter than what mainstream media, what OAN, the Lizard People Network, tries to make people think's happening, or Snoozemax or CNN. But I will check into that for you, Toby, my brother. If he doesn't, why would they? I don't think people will do that. Nah. If Trump don't get elected, January 6th will be a party. A party? From last time? Nah, I don't think they'll do that. I think people will be disappointed, but I don't think it's going to be like it was. Laugh Out Loud Lizard Network. Thank you, Terry C. I don't think people are good. Like I said, I don't think people are going to do it. I think that's what these networks want to try to push on us, brother Toby. And I pray for you to not let them push that on you. And even if there's a few people mad, a few people are going to say things, but that don't mean it's going to happen. Or majority of people are going to be like, that's just stupid. I don't have anything to do with it. Well, you know, to go to a point there, they say the Simpsons predicted all this stuff, but I don't listen into all the, that's Hollywood. Hollywood writing things up and then go, okay, Here's what we wrote up a couple of years ago. They sent it to Washington. You guys got to do this. Here's the script, so everybody thinks. Hollywood's like, here's the script, so everybody thinks we know what we're talking about in Hollywood. I'm picking with you, brother. I've seen some of that stuff on there. I pray that it don't happen, but I just don't think that people are going to do that. Just because I don't think we're that dumb. I don't think so either. I don't think so either. I think people will disagree and dislike no matter which candidate wins. I think they will just be mad and argue, but I don't think they'll fight. So I think that the stuff that was allowed to happen on January 6th last time was people not watching stuff, and there was a few idiots that, like the Pole Boys and the Minutemen and the Keeper of the Oath and the QAnon nuts that went out there and started tearing things up, and all the regular folks were just like, what's going on? Because I know a few people who were in our neck of the woods here that went to that thing on January 6th, and as soon as they saw people going into the Capitol, you know what they did? They turned around and walked away. Like, I ain't getting involved in this. It's the end time. It's the end times. The world is not getting better. It's not going to get any better. You're right about that. But it won't be the way we think it is. We always want to predict. It's like right now, there's a lot of people who could say certain people look like the Antichrist, and people will fight for that. She says, yeah, all Republicans are not like Martin. They're aggressive. I don't know. I don't think on either side they are that way. I think it's just you have a group of people that no matter what side of the aisle they're on, they're more about pushing stuff like the Pole Boys. And for those who know, that's the Proud Boys. The Pole Boys, they're all about just want to be violent because they think they're tough. They're just a bunch of guys that didn't get none when they were in school. So they have to try to force beat up a bunch of other guys in the Antifa that never got any either. But you're talking about the Antichrist. The only one I can point at, and I know you guys are going to get mad at me, is Elon Musk. All the stuff that he's doing on X, come on. Yep, you're right. They're all far right. But Molly. But yeah, so I think that the way the media tries to portray everybody and the clickbait media online here tries, because they get hundreds of thousands and millions of likes because they sit there going, so-and-so's stupid, so-and-so's stupid, so-and-so's stupid, so-and-so's this, so-and-so's that. They're coming to get you. They're coming to get you. They're coming to get you, coming to get you. They hate you. They hate you. They hate everything about you. And that's how they get all the downloads. And then people go, oh, man, they must be talking about me. And they're really not. You know what I'm saying? Elon Musk. Mark Zuckerberg is just a robot. Elon Musk has put stuff on his page. We can't let him get away with porn. We can't let him get away with porn on the internet because he says somebody else can have freedom of speech. He just uses everything to make people think he's good. That's why I think of him as the Antichrist. And it's easy to point at all the politicians out there on both sides, because if you don't like somebody, you're going to call them that. But I don't think of any of them that way. Yes, indeed. X has got porn on there. Yes, indeed. Yeah. He put it online on X. He's allowing people to be able to get to there. So I don't care if he's got porn as long as he lets me have freedom of speech to say that I can be racist. That's what the poor boys are saying. Good morning, 12. How you doing? Meow, meow. Thank you, brother. I appreciate that. Meow, meow. They always block you there, Jessica. Well, we're not blocking you on here. Don't worry about it. Nobody gets blocked on here. Unless YouTube does all the blocking. Just remember, I don't do any blocking on here unless it's somebody that all of you guys say, man, get that child out of here. Grown child, not kid child. So yeah. So we're going to take a break. We're going to play fake news, the game coming up in the next period. I want to get through so much news this morning because we got a great guest, Reagan Box. She's a Republican representative for U.S. Congress, being our last hour with us this morning. We're going to find out what she's ready to do out in Washington. So there you go. Not you, Democrat channel owners. Oh, the Democrat channel owners do that to you? Wait a minute. But if you are, wait a minute, it makes no sense. If you are voting Democrat and Republican, voting Democrat and you're liberal and they block you, obviously you're not throwing some crazy stuff out there, crazy stuff for them. They want you to agree to everything that they agree with and you don't. Molly condemns both sides. Well, the Antifa burned down Minneapolis, and the crazy Proud Boys and Minutemen tore up January 6th, and neither one of them represented the Republicans or Democratic Party. I never believed that. I keep telling people over and over, it's not your everyday people. It's just people who want to hurt people. I am independent. I'm a news guy. I got to stay down the middle. But I don't believe that the normal everyday man on either side of the aisle, or woman on either side of the aisle, is out to hurt one another. And I'm talking about voters and everything. I think that's the conspiracy theorist. And no, and I don't mean the cool people. I don't mean the cool people. I don't mean the cool people that come up with ideas and say, let's look into this. I'm talking about the people who want to destroy us by getting on the internet and getting hundreds and thousands of downloads and on the YouTube and everything just by taking a news story. I could take, like, that's what I'm going to show you guys this morning with these news stories, fake news stories and real news stories. I'm going to show you how you can make something sound real. That's why we used to play fake news, the game. But who's my favorite lizard person? I don't know. I don't believe in that. Me, I guess. Since I don't believe in it, I'm a lizard person.
Are you looking for a dog trainer with positive reinforcement to help you bond with your new furry friends, or to have customized training in your own home, or wonderful group classes?
Independence says none of them care about us. It's all shadow project show. See, I listen to people like that more. You might think I'm a little, what? Usually the people that are like, I don't trust anybody. I kind of look into them a little bit more. But like I said, I think a lot of people up there are just jumping on whatever side they're jumping on to do what they have to do, to try to get things passed. It's a hard situation to try to make everybody happy. But I think regular everyday folks, like all of us, I don't think anybody here gets up every morning thinking about where they're going to go out to war against somebody. That's right. We elect our politicians, not our leaders. That's right. I like that. Oh, no, it's back and it's ready to go, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, yeah. Grab those books. It's all right. All but the QAnon ones. None of those ever came true. All right, ladies and gentlemen, which of these NFL preseasons are going to be the game of the week? Jaguars and Falcons, 40% of the votes. Dolphins and Bucks, 7% of the votes. 49ers versus Raiders, 27% of the votes. and Bears versus Seahawks, 27% of the votes. And old school conspiracy theories, or not conspiracy theories, I call them fact finders. You know, people that say, hey, there was more than just one shooter on JFK. Come on, you know, that makes a lot of sense. He made a lot of enemies in the country and out of the country. Duh. For us to go, oh, it's just Lee Harvey Oswald that did it. Okay. All right. Yeah. It was just one man who could barely shoot to do how to do it. Yeah. Okay. That's like saying you take a guy that's never shot a gun and say, hey, you go kill somebody. He killed 5 people. Sure he did. Oh, Lord. But yeah, those are not conspiracy theorists. Those are fact finders. Difference. But I tell you what, good morning to you. Thank you very much for blowing the horn out there and everything. You know, all right, we got fake news, the game coming up for you here in just a few moments. And I want to get you through a few things before we head into period number 2, which is the time that we're going to play fake news, the game. 20 minutes away from the top of the hour. It's currently 63 degrees in Noonan, 64 in Atlanta, and 65 in Auburn, Opelika. Time and temperature brought to you by Active Pest Control. Summer, winter, spring, fall. We don't care for those rodents, critters, and gooey things at all. Before anything else ends, we'll try to go over what's going on with the Colts. With our Twisted Tuesday, boom, Richard and Ryan's picks the hit from Tuesday. We'll try to go over it. If we don't, we'll get them back on Monday, of course, after the weekend. Let's see here. What do we got going on? I need to pull that up because I got some things to do there. Let's see. Other headline news for you this morning. I think I went through all the headline news that was supposed to be. We went through the Union News and the Google News and voters in Alabama. So there you have it. Thank you guys for coming on the feed. Like, subscribe, and share and everything. We'll appreciate everybody being with us. That's right. What's that say? Oh, yeah. Oh. Here's something you guys probably didn't know about that I knew about and hadn't said anything for months and months and months. I knew about 6 months ago that Chick-fil-A was about to put out a streaming service. Yeah. I went in, I looked into it, I saw what they were doing. They are actually going to put out like a streaming service, which I guess you would say they're going to put reality shows and good programming for programs for family and stuff. So they're going to be right the opposite of Twitter. They're actually going to be good for us. Yes, indeed. So I've known about this for months. Everybody's getting on there now. They're going, oh, Chick-fil-A's got a streaming site. I'm like, you guys just finding that out in the media? I've been knowing about it for months. So I think I said something about it a couple of months ago about them having about 6 months ago. I did say something about it 6 months ago. I was ahead of the game. Now, who's doing predictions now? Now, who's predicting? I'm out predicting the Simpsons. I'm out predicting the Simpsons. I said something about YouTube a long time ago. Not YouTube, but Chick-fil-A. You love Chick-fil-A. I love Chick-fil-A too. Chick-fil-A's putting out a streaming site, more reality shows, some cartoons, kids programs, some Christian programs. And everybody's like, is it going to be an app where they're going to get food? No, it's going to be a television network. They're going to produce their own programming. I told you guys a few months ago about it. Now, all of a sudden, everybody's acting like it's brand new news. I'm like, look, I told that 6 months ago. Come on, people. Keep up with the times. Keep up with the man that's already ahead. But no. I got to sit here and tell you that they're coming to eat your brains out. The zombie people are. Oh, we'll get 100 more likes on that one, Ryan, because they're going. No, the zombies don't eat our brains. They're like, no brains there. I'm just kidding. 12 said, I've never had Chick-fil-A, but I heard it's good. It's very good. And everything. So you got to try it. If you don't have one, I don't know why. I thought there would be one. They're always closed on Sunday. And everybody and their brother in the South loves them. I don't care who you are. I don't care what your background is. I don't care what you believe. Everybody named brother around here loves some and their sisters and their husbands, and cousin Leroy, he don't even believe in God, goes over there and eats. I mean, I'm telling you. They love it. 12, imagine the best chicken sandwich that add 1 billion than Chick-fil-A. I tell you, and add 1 billion, that's Chick-fil-A. That's Chick-fil-A. Yes, it is. Yum, yum, yum. I love it. I love it. I love it. I know people, they're having Chick-fil-A's all around the area, and people are like, oh, Chick-fil-A's coming to my area. I need Chick-fil-A. I need Chick-fil-A. And the Chick-fil-A sauce is good too. But anyway, Chick-fil-A is bringing has their own network streaming site. I guess you would say it's like Pure Flix, but their own version. They're going to produce their own content and everything. And I told everybody about this 6 months ago. Now all of a sudden everybody's talking about it as it's getting ready to come to fruition. Yep, I told everybody about it. I tell you guys the truth. I tell you everything. I don't know why everybody in the world's not just listening to me. They put crack in there. They're closed on Sundays for families. They put crack in it. They're closed on Sundays for families. Yeah, it's kind of a religious thing. 12 says, I'm into Kentucky Fried Chicken and Popeye's chicken sandwiches. Well, if you see, the thing about it is that you won't kill for a Chick-fil-A sandwich while you will kill and rob for a Popeye's sandwich. Remember the Popeye's chicken sandwich when it came out a few years ago? Everybody was killing for it. Literally killing for it. No, they're good too. I love Popeyes. KFC's one of my favorite, but Wishbone Fried Chicken, my local chicken place, is the best chicken place around. Oh yeah. That's all I got to say. You can try Chick-fil-A, but I just want to let everybody know that they are producing content, going to be producing content for a streaming site. And knowing them, they'll probably be putting some stuff on the TV too. So don't be worried about that. Like, subscribe, and share it to the page. Get everybody on. We're going to be playing Fake News, the game coming up next hour. Still to come, Reagan Box. She's a U.S. representative for Congress in the Republican Party. She joins us in the final period. We'll find out what she has plans for the future as she runs for U.S. Senate, which I've been speaking with her behind the scenes. It is a hard job for a everyday, regular, hardworking person to do. And she is going to do her best to get there, and we'll talk with her in just a few. That's coming up. Also, we're going to play Fake News Game, but after this break, I'm going to give you a couple of rundowns of a few things that you need to know going on this weekend. Back in a moment. All right. There we go. Wow.
Realty Atlanta Partners, we prepare you to excel in your real estate career by providing award-winning training, family-based culture, and lead generation tools to build a business that lasts. If you're interested in learning about our pre-licensed or how to get started, call 678-634-9770.
All right, here we go.
Website AtlantaPartnersRealEstateSchool.com today.
The House of Light brings clarity
offering a safe space for healing through our compassionate practitioners, services, classes, and wisdom, plus the tools to support you in our retail space.
Hey sports fans, weekdays 3 p.m. Eastern to 5 p.m. Eastern, drive time on WQEE. Braves Country is a Southern sports talk show with Mac McGee and the Armchair Quarterbacks. That's Braves Country with Mac McGee and the Armchair Quarterbacks. Weekdays 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. right here on WQEE 99.1 FM.
All right, we're getting ready to come back.
Hey, sports fans, it's Rod Peterson here.
That's right.
Inviting you to join us daily for 2 hours of Atlanta's funnest sports talk right here on WQEE. I say fun because it is. You've never heard a show like it because we make the listeners a part of the show every day between noon and 2 p.m. Eastern.
Let's get ready for fake news game coming up. Everybody's got to be on.
It's the Braves and more. And who knows, you might even hear you. That's the Rod Peterson Show daily at noon right here on WQEE 99.1 FM.
Welcome back into RyanORadio Penitentiary. Just want to give you a couple little newsworthy notes locally there in the Sunrise on the Square 5K downtown. This coming up next weekend, August 31st. It's a race beginning at 8 a.m. Register online at mainstreet.com. That's mainstreet.com. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's jump right into it. What a weekend is ahead. We got to do a little bit of sports for you as well before we do our big thing. The Dolphins wide receiver Tarek Hill is going to be held out of drills this week because he had an injury. That's right. He got an injury to his thighs this week. He will not be a part of that. Also, ladies and gentlemen, coming up tonight is WWE Wrestling. That's right, wrestling. WWE Smackdown will have the tag team champions, the Bloodline, defend against the Street Profits. Naomi, Bianca Belair, and Jade Cargill take on Blair Davenport and the women's tag team champions. U.S. champion LA Knight defends against Escobar. And we're going to have more with Cody, KO, and everything as they head into Bash at Berlin. So there you go. Also, this coming up weekend in London, England, and the big stadium there, it's AEW holding their second event for All In there. This coming up weekend, this is some of the matches on tap. Chris Statlander and Stokely Hathaway versus Willow Nightingale and Azoshi. Also, Timeless Tony Storm defends the AEW Women's Championship against the Glamour Maria May. MJF defends the AEW American Championship, which was the International Championship, which was something else. I don't know. They keep changing it. Against Will Ospreay. Jack Perry defends the TNT Championships against Darby Allin, another boring match. Mercedes Moné, TBS champion, with Carmella, defends against Dr. Britt Baker. The Casino Battle Royal for the number one contender for AEW Championship. Last chance for the FTW Championship. If Hook loses, he never can challenge again. He takes on Chris Jericho, who has a title against Big Bill. I guess Jericho's going to lose again. Also, destroy your legacy there. Destroy your legacy. Losing people can't wrestle. It's a three-way tag team match for the AEW Tag Team Championships. The Young Bucks are tag team champions. Defend against FTR and the Acclaim. A four-way ladder match for the trios title is the Patriot, Christian Cage, Killswitch, and Nick Wayne defend their titles with Mother Wayne against the Big Bang Gang, House of Black, and Pac and the Blackpool Combat Club members Claudio and Wheeler Yuta. And the title versus career match, champion Swerve Strickland defends with Prince Nana defends against Bryan Danielson. So we'll see. That's it. As for this weekend, they do have a few big names on the card finally, but they'll probably all be names to lose. So there you go. We're just going to leave it at that. So that's for all your wrestling fans out there this weekend. AEW All In. We might have a little talk about it on Monday. I got more details coming in the world of wrestling, and I don't mean wrestling what's in the ring. I'm talking about there's some things going on outside the ring that's more newsworthy and more attached to what's going on with different news. We'll talk about some stuff with Hulk Hogan on Monday. We'll talk about Ronda Rousey, some things she had to say an apology she made on something we'll talk about this Monday. She apologized for her theories on the Sandy Hook thing being fake, which was real. And she's apologizing for calling it a conspiracy theory, or calling it a lie, she should say. So there you go. We'll talk about all about that on Monday. Ryan, World U17 19.21 championship happened just yesterday. UFC, yeah. Well, UFC. Well, the UFC and WWE are together anyway. By the way, let you know they're under the same umbrella. They're owned by the same people. So that's why they got away. That's why they got away with that. That's why they also got away from Vince McMahon and his crapping on people. Oh, Vince McMahon. I got more details on his crappy life. Oh. And these are stuff not in the ring, not fun stuff that we watch on the shows, but some stuff Monday. Ronda Rousey apologizing for her saying the Sandy Hook thing was fake. Hulk Hogan getting deeper in debt and blaming beer for his attitude. Getting deeper in the stuff, I should say, and blaming his new beer he's got out. Well, it's not my fault. It's this new beer I made. Brother, it's not my fault. It's this new beer, brother. And Vince McMahon's son, Shane McMahon, and more about them. So there you go. That's Monday. We got a few things to talk about on Monday's show. Didn't want to get into that. We got too much going on today. Fake News the Game is coming up in just a few moments. We're going to have a good time playing that with you guys. So make sure more people come on. Which of these NFL preseason games, which of the NFL preseason game of the week? Which one is the game of the week? Jaguars versus the Falcons, 33% of the votes. Dolphins, Bucks, 6% of the votes. 49ers, Raiders, 33% of the votes. Bears, Seahawks, 28% of the votes. So there you go. Also, I'm going to try to give you a little update on your soap operas if I can get a chance to. I do watch that in a pinch, Bellador. Those are pretty good. Some of those fighters, I should say, went over the TNA wrestling a few years back. Yeah. It's a very good thing. All right, let's see what else we got. I think I went through everything I needed this hour because I don't want to have anything left over unless we can do it in the final period. And we got a few more minutes left with you after our interview with Reagan Box. She's the Republican representative for Senate in the 2026 seat. She's going to be our guest this morning on the show in the final period. We're going to get to know Reagan a little bit better, guys. And for our Georgia residents as well as around the country, you're going to get to know her. So, but let's see here. What do we got? Oh, college football this weekend. Georgia Tech and Florida State, 12 noon tomorrow. That's going to be the only one really going on. You got Florida A&M and Norfolk at 7:30 tomorrow night. SMU versus Nevada, 8 p.m. Not really a big weekend. The major games begin next weekend, the world of college sports. And a list of high school games going on tonight. Friday Night Lights, check it out on our WQEE Facebook page for those to keep up with all the games that are going on. Next week's show, we will Monday kick it off with Coach Tommy Lewis inside the Coach's Corner. Also on Tuesday, Richard Holdridge and I are going to have picks to hit in the second period. In the third period, Shane B and I are going to talk more movies, what's hot, what's not this past weekend. And then coming up on Wednesday of next week, it's going to be Brenda Gasky. She's got a UFO news for you and mixed in with horrifying history. That's coming up next Wednesday morning. Next Thursday is True Crime Thursday. We'll do our True Crime show. And on next Friday, we got Derek Teagle from Empower for Life, I should say. He will be with us talking a little bit about what's going on with the big golf tournament coming up around the area. All that and more coming up next week. But we still have Reagan Box with you this morning in the final period. Up next, it's Fake News the Game after this. Yep, I've heard some things about that Bali. Now, I don't tell anybody who believes that they're wrong or anything, because, I try to keep everybody's beliefs in here. I just try to research. But what you're saying, I could kind of look into. and believe it. But other people don't, and I'm not going to dismiss their beliefs.
If I said to focus your energy, where would you start?
Like I told you, I'm a straight edge independent skeptic. The only thing I believe is the BIBLE, and other things have to be proven to me. But I agree with you on that sort of, Bali. What's up, Bali? I mean, Martin. Martin, you got a big pat on the back this morning, buddy. Jessica says, you are just not like being, since you and her are opposite of political views, she patted you on the back for being like very nice and everything. And I'm like, well, most people on both sides, the real people, not the stuff they tell you on TV, just have different opinions. But you got patted on the back, elder statesman. She patted you on the back. That was so awesome. She was. Independent says, Pete, that's great. OWC stands for one, what? One World Championship. Oh, yeah. I know what that is now in a pinch. That's, hey, you can identify as all high you want. Sweetleaf's going to want to take it from you. I understand, Bali. You have your, I understand where you're coming. Everybody has their. That's all right. You're all good, brother. Well, Terry C., I don't know if you and her talked yesterday. I think her and Martin had some discussions this week on politics, you know, which is a good thing when people can do it that have different views without the argument. But I give you your pat on the back, Terry, because you're one of my heroes. You're a truck driver, because you're going to be the one to deliver all this stuff because the union in Canada for the freight trains are shutting it down from Canada and U.S. So you're going to be working harder. I didn't mean to say that. They might be calling you for more. Because if the freight trains don't go, we'll have to have the truck drivers deliver some of that stuff. All right. Let's see. I got Toby here. I got Pete. Volley.
Food and merchandise. Plus, A-listers are guaranteed postseason ticket access and enjoy special events featuring players and alumni. So reserve your spot.
I put Toby's name in.
Atlanta Braves A-list membership waitlist today.
Terry C.
.com/waitlist. Atlanta Braves baseball. We are Braves country.
In a pinch, we're gonna play, guys. Fake news the game after the top of the hour. I'm just making sure everybody that's on is still on. Jessica, I think she's still on. She might have came off. 12. I know he's still here. Little Z. We'll put her down in case she is here. Tomorrow's her birthday. We're going to play Fake News the Game. And I know I've got Sweetleaf, Sue, Alice, Tim, Bob, David. Oh, sorry about that, David. And then, oh, and that makes it even better, Terry C. Thank you for your service on that. Thank you for allowing me. Well, I don't know, all the other media people don't thank you guys, but thank you for whooping people's butts for me to be able to have my being able to have my opinion on the internet and on the radio. Thank you for your service. I knew you had to be a retired Army dude with your wife being from Kentucky. She was ready to kick my butt yesterday. You got to be tough to put up with her. Let's see. That's just a few.
Are you looking for a dog?
Don't leave, don't leave, don't leave, don't leave. Don't leave, don't leave, don't leave. Because I got to write down things. So that's why we're going to go ahead and do this now. Go down. There you go.
With an AKC certified evaluator and Victoria's Stillwell certified training team. Check out.
Don't leave in a bitch. Don't leave. Don't leave. Don't leave.
Wants to remind you to adopt, don't shop. Save a life at Kelly County Shelter today.
Hi, this is Mark from Surrey.
Don't leave.
You tune into Let Go Let God every Sunday at 9:30 a.m.
All right, we get ready. Come on. Time to play.
Inspirational stories and contemporary Christian music. So tune in to
Let's see here.
Sunday mornings at 9:30 a.m. right here on WQEE.
There we go. Oh, you got up late this morning, brother. It's 4:30.
It's very interesting to note that we have somewhere between $80 and $280 billion of credit that will have to go out. They'll have office buildings.
Hey, Jessica's back. There we go. We got Jessica's name down.
Because they were financed at very, very low.
That's right, Pete. Thanks to all our men and women. They give us our rights to run our smack, retired or current, and those that passed away. We celebrate them every day. We don't just celebrate them on the days they tell us we have to. Just like we don't just celebrate the truck drivers in 2020 because they were out working. We do that every day. Uh-oh, they're going to come get me for that. Yes, indeed. We are having quiet on the set. Here we go. It's time to get up. It's time to do it. It's period number 2. Yes, it is awesome. It's time for us to head into period number 2. 78,000 plus of you worldwide on the Shoutcast Shout It Out Loud across the RyanORadio media page. Earth Rock Radio, New Mexico, Arizona, and the Navajo Nation. We're across the British Columbia Isles of Canada, eh? And finally behind me, if you're seeing it on the YouTube, WQEE 99.1 FM The Key, home of Southern sports, inspirational talk, and so much more. It's time to kick off period number 2. It's 7 minutes past the hour, 63 degrees out there. Time and temperature brought to you by Active Pest Control. And summer, winter, spring, fall, we don't care for those rodents, critters, or gooey things at all. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Hello there, Amber. Thank you for joining us. In a Pinch is on with us, as well as a few other fantastic people joining us. And we got your names wrote down right here because we're about to play. Good morning, Terry C. as well, our retired Army vet and truck driver. We're about to play Fake News the Game. And those that have done this before, they know what this is. What's up, Drew's Views? How you doing this morning? Hope you're doing well as well. Good morning, my brother. Before we get into that, our poll question, which of these NFL preseason games of the week are the game of the week? 38% say the Jaguars and the Falcons. That's mine. 29% say 49ers, Raiders, the Bears and Seahawks. 29%, and only 5% think the Dolphins and the Bucks. There's many games coming up for you, and hopefully we'll get you some information after we get done with our great guests in the next period. But if not, we'll have that back on Monday. Some more support small business. You should support. They're the only ones that's in business. And they all should be supporting us as well. All right. It's that time again. I know. It's that time again. You guys, we're going to play Fake News the Game. All right. Fake News the Game for you guys that don't know what this is. You guess, I'll read a news story. And you're going to guess whether this news story is real or is fake. And Sweetly's like, oh, man, it's back. All right, yes. My Navajo Nation has played this before with us many a time. So is the people from Canada. So is many people like Cher, Gail, Mike and all these people that's been on here. And I tell you what, thank you, Amber. Good morning to you. I've got everybody's names in the feed wrote down on all the streams and everything. We have a lot of people that's going to be playing fake, real, or fake, and our fake news the game. So you're going to guess whether the news story is real or fake. So let me go ahead and get the intro music because it's time to play the game. Here we go. It's time to play that game.
It's all about the game. And how you play it. All about you try it and then take it. All about you stand it and then play it. It's all about me. Who's gonna make it? I am the game. You don't play me.
Oh, the game is in the house, and it's time to play fake news the game this morning. Toby says he has all the answers. All right. It's going to be real or fake. I'm going to read a news story to you, and you tell me whether you think it's a real news story or a fake news story. And if you don't watch NFL football, you won't be voting on the poll this morning. But if you don't like it, just vote Falcons, Jaguars. That's my team. So there you go. All right, that's it. It'll just make my team win better. You know, the poll question. You guys just vote for who I got. Well, you guys in Chicago don't like the Bears anyway. The Bears are not as cool as they once were. All right, the game is afoot. All right, tell me whether this news story is a real news story or a fake news story. A real news story or a fake news story. We're going to head to San Francisco, California first. As we head into San Francisco, in San Francisco at the front office is the executive for the Major League Baseball. They said that there was severe damage done to their record-keeping facility. Major League Baseball announced on Monday that it had lost millions of stats and records in a devastating warehouse fire. It's sad there will be no longer the records of Babe Ruth, Willie Mays, and others, according to Rob Manfield, who paid tribute to, also said the 2003 Detroit Lions and their championship run. Is this real or fake? Toby's kicking us off. He says fake. Let's go to, where's his name at on here? Okay, there's Toby. He says fake. Real or fake, everybody? Is this a real news story or a fake news story? Sue says real. Alice says real. Sweetly says fake. Pete says true. Real. It's real. So you're saying fake, Martin? All right. Everybody else, is this a real news story or a fake news story? Was there a blaze where records are kept in a warehouse and everything? Was there a blaze? Is this a real news story or a fake news story? In San Francisco, the front office executives with Major League Baseball announced that there was severe damage done to the record-keeping facility, a warehouse out there. Major League Baseball announced on Monday that it had lost millions of stats, records, and more in a devastating warehouse fire. It said that no longer they will be having the records of Babe Ruth, Willie Mays, and others. Rob Manfield said it's a sad day. Is this real or fake? Martin D, what's up? Real or fake? Fake, says Molly. True, real. True, says in a pinch. He says real. Good morning to you, Martin Dalute. What's up, brother? We're playing fake news the game. So what do you guys think? Real or fake? Is this a real news story or a fake news story? Jessica says she says it's a fake news story. 12, I know you're on. You haven't gave me an answer. Bob says real. Tim says real. David says fake. Amber, did you answer yet? Amber says real. 12, we haven't got your answer yet, and Terry C yet either. I got your names, guys, down. Real or fake? Yep, I got you. I got you as fake, Martin. I figured that's what yours was. All right, I just need now Terry C and 12 who are on here to tell me. Morning, the Patriot. Well, the Patriot is. We're going to read the story one more time before we take a break, because that's what we do, and I tell you whether it's real or fake. The story this morning is coming from San Francisco, California. This is real or fake news. Listen up for those that are tuning in for the first time. In San Francisco, the front office of executives in the Major League Baseball, MLB, says that there was severe damage done to the record-keeping facility, a warehouse out there, as a fire blazed through there and burned all the records of Willie Mays, Babe Ruth, and others. Sad day, according to Rob Manford. Is that a real news story or a fake news story? Happy Friday, Pete. Real or fake? Real or fake? We're going to take a break. And for those of you that have an answer during the feed there, and I'll put it on the air. Back in a moment. I'll tell you, real says Pepper. There you go. Thank you, Pepper. Real or fake? Back in a moment. More RyanORadio Penitentiary after this. Real says Martin Deloach. All right. All right. Patriots on 12 and Terry C haven't answered, I don't think. If you have, I didn't see it. You have to put it in there again.
Brought to you by Pest Control. Summer, winter, spring, fall. We don't care for those rodents, critters, arguing things at all, Mike, and the group can exterminate and lay the Smackdown for you. Plenty of sunshine today with a high near 84, east-northeast winds 10 to 15 miles per hour. Clear skies tonight for a football Friday night, low near 60, east winds around 5 to 10 miles per hour. And mainly sunny skies with a high near 86 on Saturday, east-northeast winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Clear skies for your Saturday night.
Good morning, everybody. Welcoming you guys in.
Mainly sunny with a high near 88 east north.
Got a great guest coming up next hour.
On Sunday and Sunday night, clear skies, low near 63, light and variable winds. On Monday, mostly sunny with a high near 90, winds light and variable, mostly clear for Monday night, low near 66, winds light and variable. That's your active weather forecast, sponsored by Active Pest Control. Summer, winter, spring, fall, we don't care for those rodents.
The 89 earthquake that destroyed it was during the World Series. Really?
To be your partner, experience the difference at Southern States Bank. At Southern States Bank, we're not just your bankers, we're your partners. Our team is deeply rooted in the community. We take pride in providing personalized service. Come to Southern States Bank, where great service comes naturally. Visit us today or check us out at southernstatesbank.net. Southern States Bank, your community, your bank. Equal housing lender, member FDIC, NMLS number 410611.
Active Pest Control offers the best services and prices to protect your home, offering both monthly and quarterly.
Real or fake? Real or fake? I'll give it to you after the break. This is how we play real or fake news. I have to look that one up, Martin, about the 89 thing. Little Z, you're back. Happy birthday, young lady. She's celebrating her birthday tomorrow. Ryan the Rapper. There you go.
Individuals and family members who have been impacted by addiction. Our services are no cost, and all of our information is
Let's see here.
at www.cowetaforce.org or follow us on Facebook.
Are you looking for a dog trainer with positive reinforcement to help you bond with your new furry friends, or to have customized training in your own home, or wonderful group classes? Check out Pits and Pals on their Facebook page. Rosemary has extensive.
Which team do I like the most?
Is an AKC certified evaluator.
Atlanta United for soccer. Sorry, Jessica.
Check out Pits and Pals Facebook for more information. Rosemary wants to remind you to adopt, don't shop. Save a life at Coweta County Shelter today.
Hello, everyone. This is DJ Commando of the 45 Fair Radio Show, where I play all Vinyl 45. You're listening to WQEE 99.1 FM, Newton, Georgia.
What the heck? I had all that wrote out here. Welcome back into RyanORadio Penitentiary. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, and good night. If I don't see you again, have a very, very good evening. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're playing Fake News, the game. You can't see him because he's on the radio. That's why. Welcome back, unless you're watching us on this page, ladies and gentlemen, on the YouTube page. All right, we still got coming up for you in the final period of play this morning. Coming up next hour is going to be our friend Reagan Box. She is a United States representative for Congress, Republican representative. She will be joining us, period number 3. I do have her information in front of me. Where did it disappear to? Wow. My favorite team is Manchester United just because of David Beckham. Ooh, yeah. The Spice Girls husband, huh? Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. I should have figured that one, Jessica. All right, let's get back to it. We're playing Fake News, the game, guys. The first story today was in San Francisco. It happened at the MLB offices. Supposedly, the records, and not only the records, but the stats were burned in the warehouse. This is a fake news story off of a fake news site I got. So far, 1, 1, 0, 0, 0. So far, half of you got it right. Another half were not right. Now, that 89 one that happened was not the one I was talking about. So, Toby, you were right. Yes. Let's go to the next question and see if this next one's real or fake. Real or fake. Yes, he is now the owner down there. That's why you got Messi to come play, Jessica. I guess I'm wrong again. Yeah, it's all right. It's all right. Some of you were wrong. Some of you were right. Let's go to the next question and see if this is a real news story or a fake news story. Real or fake? Real or fake? All right. Let's tell me if this is a real news story or a fake news story. Firefighters responded, and we're going to stay in California for this one. Responded to a California home where supposedly a dog was climbing out of a second-story window and became stranded on the roof. Firefighters climbed to the roof to save the dog and got him right back into the home. The burning home, but they got him out. Real or fake? The first one was fake. It wasn't the 89 one that they were talking about, that Martin D was talking about. It was fake. So, yes. Real says Toby. Let's got to find Toby's name here right quick. Got you guys everywhere. This is fun. Terry C., what do you say? Real or fake? Everybody, real or fake? Pepper says real. Let's go to her name, Pepper, right there. The Patriot says real. The Patriot says real. I love that name. Real says Bolly. Let's go to my brother Bolly's name. Fake says Terry C. Let's go to Terry's name. Where is he at? There he is. Fake. Amber says real. Amber's down here, real. Good morning, Daniel. How you doing? True with a fire with a dog. True, true, true. Terry C gave me fake. Yes. Martin is saying true. Where's Martin's name at? We got 2 Martin's names on here. Gosh, this is a lot of people to keep up with. What the heck is it? There it is. He says real. There you go. All right, guys. Good morning. How you doing, Daniel? Once again, real or fake? We're playing Fake News, the game. Made up news, says Jessica. Well, let's go to Jessica. She's putting fake down. All right. Here, True says in a pinch. He says it's real. Is this real or fake? Firefighters responded to a California home where a dog was climbing out a second-story window and became stranded on the roof. Firefighters guided him back in and got him out of the house so he could be with his family. Is that a real news story or a fake news story? Bob says real. Tim says fake. David says real. Let's see. 12 didn't answer. Sweetleaf says real. Sue says fake. Alice says fake. Yeah, Alice says. Daniel says true. Daniel, would you just joining us now? Yep. He says real. There you go. This is fun, isn't it, guys? Oh, I don't know if it does allow for it or not. I've never tried it. If it does, I'll do it. All right. With that being said and done, yeah. We're going to take another little short synopsis out of the world. We're going to take a short break. Oh, yeah. You don't like that, do you? Here's a little entertainment news for you while we will come back and tell you whether it's real or fake. You want some peanut M&Ms? Want some peanut M&Ms now? That sounds about good to me too.
At Amerisbank, we're invested in the success of your business.
I don't understand. I wrote down everything for her.
Visit amerisbank.com/business.
There it is. All right. What's the prize? Well, if too many people tie, there can't be a prize.
Including Best Collaboration. The VMAs take place on September 11th at the UBS Arena in New York.
We're bringing it back. We'll start getting some prizes in to give away. I just wanted to test it out on you guys. Sorry, no prizes today, Toby. Toby like, I don't want to play anymore then. I'm just kidding.
The trailer starts with Coppola going after critics who gave negative reviews.
Bragging rights is the prize today. That's right.
Films like The Godfather and Apocalypse Now. It also
We'll get some prizes to give away.
Film that stars Adam Driver and follows
Winners get to hang out with me. That sounds like a cool thing. Yeah. Winners can come hang out with me. Tell the company they got to pay for it and be like, what?
Dolly Parton is launching a new makeup collection. It's called Dolly's Beauty, and as of today, it's officially available. The line is starting with the Heaven's Kiss lipstick collection, which includes the shade Jolene Red. Eye and complexion products will be released at a later time.
Come on. Oh, no, I'm not coming on the air on Saturday. No, I got to sleep in. What's up? BK on the air, brother from another radio mother. Happy Friday to you. We're playing fake news, the game Little Z. I'm bringing back my fake news. Real news, real or fake. I'm reading a story and letting you guess. I'm going to eventually get some prizes. Maybe I should get BK to help me get some prizes. He probably can give me a bunch of old TV shows to give away on DVD or something. Toby, the prize is $10 for Ryan. Whatever Paul gets to fight a senior citizen. Oh, yeah. Didn't y'all make that deal that didn't you guys make that deal that Mike Tyson is going to, between Mike Tyson and Logan Paul? Is it Logan Paul? No, Jake Paul. Same difference, yeah, okay. Mike Tyson's going to win. Daniel's pulling Mike, and you're doing, I think, Jake is what I think you guys said. You want me to come on Saturday? Please! I can't. I got to sleep sometimes. Guys asking me to come on Saturday mornings. I got to sleep sometimes. I got to have a day off sometimes. The family like, who are you? What's up, ABC? Thank you for joining us this morning as well. All right, we're playing Fake News, the game this hour. Fake News, the game. And I got to say, early happy birthday going out to little Z in London. She's got to celebrate her birthday tomorrow. She is 1 year away from getting her driver's license. I don't know. You might get driver's license early in England. I don't know if you guys get it at 15 or not. But she turns officially 15 tomorrow. Congratulations to her. Happy birthday from the RyanORadio crew. Tyson's going to do it, man. You got that right. Watch what you say. RW might be listening. I know. Logan Paul Jr. be like, don't you be talking about Logan's brother like that. All right, let's get back to it. Burning questions this morning. We're playing. I got my driver's license. I'll be a racer down the street, though. Oh, you got them already there. Okay. English driver's licenses are not easy to get. Wow. In America, they just give it to you. Every single teenage girl got them for some reason, and they couldn't drive back in the day. Today, it's different, but back in the day, I remember like, "Arr." Anyway, won't get into that. Firefighters responded to a California home where dogs climbed through a second-story window, and then was stranded on the roof, and firefighters climbed up on the roof, escorted the dog back inside, so it could get out of the house safe. Is this a real news story or a fake news story? I'm going to tell you that it is a real news story. No, they can't drive. If you wear certain things, you can. Get your driver's license. Terry C. says, I took an international driver's license test when I was stationed in Germany. It was a very hard test. Wow. I bet you half of us in America couldn't even pass it. All teenagers think they're race car drivers. That's right, Pepper says. Fake. It was real. It was real. We're playing fake news the game. All right, let's go on. Let's go to the next one. Next burning question this morning. Real or fake, ladies and gentlemen? Real or fake? Real or fake? Real or fake? Real or fake? Martin says, English drive backwards. Uh-oh. RW is from Australia. Yes, he is. They drive on the same side there. Jessica said, Beckham was my crush in my teenage days, and I think he still is. Better watch out for Posh Spice, though, Jessica. I think a lot of guys had a crush on his wife, too, back in the day. I can tell you I had a buddy of mine, hardcore Metallica guy, metal guy. We were in a heavy metal band, guys. You know, it was all Metallica, Megadeth, Slayer. Got in the truck with him one day when the Spice Girls come out. And he was listening to the Spice Girls. I was like, what the heck? He said, I like them. I said, I know why you like them. It's not the music. He said, oh, the music's got to. No, I said, no. Yep. I never rode in the truck with him again. I mean, if your girlfriend is listening to the Spice Girls, yeah. I mean, come on. We were Pantera fans too, Patriot, and he was sitting there with all the Pantera, all the metal stuff, and I was like, yeah, we're in a band. He was with my bass player and everything. He said, dude, let's go up here and get something. I thought we'd go with him. He was going to get him some drinks and stuff. He turned on the radio. That's back when CDs were relevant. And he had Spice Girls in there. I was like, what? Hardball the Rock Band. Hairball the Rock Band. I'll check them out. All right, let's go on to our next question this morning. Cowboys from hell. Yep. And I'm like, look. And I messed with him. I said, you mess with me for listening to Guns N' Roses. And I said, you're listening to Spice Girls? Nothing wrong with Spice Girls, everybody. I'm just saying. I had to mess back with my bass player. I think I got a crush on Jessica. Oh, you better not tell your wife that, Martin. So I stepped away from the phone for a bit. Well, you were not playing the game, so. All right, next question. Fake news, the game continues this morning. Is Jackal punk or metal? Jackal is classic rock and roll, brother. They live right. Jesse Daniel Dupree was right up the road from me in Fayette County, where he's come. Fayette County's where I was. Yeah. Rock and roll. Don't live there anymore, but there you go. All right. Our next question. HelloFresh. You guys remember HelloFresh with their closing down. There you go. Martin said my starter wife was named Jessica. Uh-oh. Don't want to get into all of that. HelloFresh confirmed on Thursday, as of yesterday, that most of the company's newest meal kits that went out recently contained a lot of bits and pieces of metal. Ugh. They had to be sent back to the company, and the customer had to be reimbursed. A company spokesperson said that we are sorry for this, and the chunks of metal inside the chicken meals were not going to be stood for. Terry C says, fake? Is this real or is this fake? Bye, Toothy. You have a great day, young lady. Real or fake? Everybody's saying bye to our young lady, Toothy. Happy birthday to her, too. Real, says Patriot. All right. Real or fake? 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 Yes, indeed. Happy birthday to young Toothy. You didn't hear the story. Well, why wasn't you paying attention? What's wrong with you, Pepper? You want me to read it again? Fake, says our good friend Toby. All right. I'll read it again for everybody. Really fake, says Jessica. Where's Jessica's name at? There you go. Repeat, I will, Daniel. I'm going to repeat it now. HelloFresh confessed on Thursday that most of the company's newest meal kits that were sent out just recently were called back because it included bits and pieces of metal. Bits and pieces of metal. The company apologized for that and sent the money back to the customers because the bits and pieces of metal was in their chicken meals. It may be true in China, says fake, says Daniel. There's Daniel's name right there. All right, real, says Pepper. Let's go up to Pepper. 12 says, what'd you say, 12? The game is over. You didn't guess? Real says Martin M. Right here. Sweet Leaf says it's real. Sue says it's real. Alice says it's fake. Tim says fake. Bob says fake. David says real. Amber, what do you say? ABC says fake. All right, let's see here. Amber, I know you're there. Real says in a pinch. Let's see who else is guesstimating. I think it's fake, said Martin Deloach. Martin D says fake. All right. Still haven't heard from 12. He just said the game is over. Fake says Amber. Let's go to Amber. She says fake. Pete, what do you say, Pete? You're supposed to be guessing, Pete, not just talking. Best morning with games, weed, and Ryan. That sounds like another Patriot. That sounds like another another documentary we could do. Games, weed, and Ryan. All right, 12. I'm gonna read it for you one more time as we get ready to take another short break. HelloFresh confirmed Thursday that most of the company's newest chicken meal kits that were sent out had bits and pieces of metal in it. They sent the money back to the people, but they got their money back and sent it back to them, and they apologized for the metals being in the chicken. I'm like, heck, Back in the old West days, they always had bullets in their chickens or their rabbits. Not in their chickens, but in their rabbits. Come on. You people can't eat metal in your food. What's wrong with you? Are you too good? Metal and irons are good for you. Come on. Back in a moment, I'll tell you whether it's real or fake after this. You guys, go ahead. Molly, did you guess? I don't think you guessed this go around. Let me know if it's real or fake, brother. Real says 12. True. Molly, let me know. Back in a moment. I just make good doc titles when I'm stoned. When I'm stoned sounds like a good one too. It sounds like talking about the Stonehenge. Toby says, I'm baked like apple pie, dude. I want some apple pie now. I worked at a fridge fry plant, says Martin M. Fake. Okay, all right. There you go, brother. Just want to make sure. Pete, I haven't heard from you, Pete. Metal was in the byproducts. He says, I worked at a French fry plant. Metal was a big deal. Good morning, Kingsley. How you doing, brother? I'll tell the Navajo Nation you said, hey. Oh, I'm going to have to count these up and give them to you at the end of the next hour, hopefully. See who wins what, where, and why, because we got our guest coming on next hour. Reagan Box will join us. U.S. Representative for Congress in the state of Georgia. Oh, you said true? Okay. Might have enough time for one more. You never know. This is fun. This is fun. Lead poisoning. Yep, lead poisoning. I mean, what's wrong, man? Come on. I mean, it will help your system get cleaned out. Yes, you can ask her questions. You sure can. I would love for you to ask a question. And let me write it down. I'll make sure I get that. I'd love for you guys to ask her some questions. We'll get started into it. I'm winning, says Jessica. Let me see. You got the first one right and the second one wrong. Let's see who's all winning. Well, I don't want to say anything, but yeah, you're probably going to like that, Terry. She's Republican. She used to ride horses. She was in the rodeo. She went to Paris, France, and did. She studied arts and history there. She was at Berry College. She performed shark and turtle research in Florida Keys, missions in Costa Rica. 15 years of travel in the country, breaking, training, and horses. And oh yeah, you're gonna like her and everything. Who is her? She's Reagan Box, representative for Congress, coming up next hour. I don't know anything about her single life there, buddy. That's not usually one of the questions you ask a candidate. Are you single? Are you looking for a boyfriend? Welcome back in RyanORadio Penitentiary. Don't forget to hit like for Ryan. Thank you, CDP. Thank you for joining us. Who else? Toby is like, is she single? Nice. All right, guys. All right. Boy, you want to be a boy, Toy? Sexy boy. All right, let's get into it. We're playing Fake News the Game this morning. So far, some good ones. A few people are tied. A few people are doing work. Great. But yes, we'll have her on next hour. Let's go ahead. Did HelloFresh send out a whole a bunch of chicken meals to their clients, and it had metal in it? That was the kind of the news story this morning. It was fake. Let's do one more. I know you were messing, Toby. Back up. Boy, there's so much stuff here. I get so much stuff to say. Thank you, CDP, for telling everybody to like, subscribe, and share. We still got to coming up Reagan Box. He's a representative for U.S. Congress. Coming up next hour, we'll talk with her in just a few moments. But first, we got one more real or fake question. You did hear the question. You said it earlier. The answer was fake. So far, I got to say, my brother Toby is kicking butt. And so is Bolly. I don't know what news sources you guys are using, but I'm going to have to get into that. You guys are doing pretty good. Some people are 2-1. Some people are 1-3. I'm going to give you the final rundown, hopefully at the end of next hour. But first, let's do one more question for fun this hour. 15 minutes away from the top of the hour, RyanORadio Penitentiary. It is currently 63 degrees. Time and temperature brought to you by Active Pest Control. Summer, winter, spring, fall. We don't care for those rodents, critters, or gooey things at all. You did tell me you had answers, and I appreciate that, Toby. I think that you like Sweet Leaf and so many others. I think that little stuff you guys use, that stuff right there, I think that's what helps you out. Patriots like, wait a minute, I'm using it. It's not helping me out this morning. Yeah, but you're coming up with great documentary ideas. Oh, Lord. All right, guys, before we jump in, Toby's cheating. Oh, come on, Jessica. Don't say that. She's messing with you. Toby, you're cheating. Well, I think let's see what, Jessica, you got 2-1. You're doing good. All right, let's see here. Here is this next question. I missed it. It was real or fake. I had a phone call. Oh, that was a fake one. That last one was fake news story about HelloFresh. Now we're going to head to China. China. All right, here we go. Heading to China, wandering nude among the desert is one of the major issues that are going on right now, because the desert used to be known. True. He's just gonna, anything with China is true, says Molly. I'm not even finished reading it. I don't need to hear the question. The question, all right. You don't need to hear the news story. Wander nude among the willows and the hollow foundations of what is now the desert, where there once stood buildings and factories in China, a small area of China. Chinese citizens there have nothing to go back to. It's a clear ghost town. We call it ghost town in America. They're calling it a wasteland. They exported everything there, including COVID. Is this a real news story or a fake news story? Is a wasteland of a ghost town and a small little Chinese town no longer there? Real, says Patriot. Oh. True, says Toby. Toby says true. Let's go to Toby. He says real. Real says Martin. Let's go to Martin. Sweet Leaf says fake. Sue says fake. Alice says real. Pepper. Fake says Jessica. Miss Jessica says fake. Pete says fake. Where's Pete's name? There's Pete's name right there. Fake. 12 says real. Let's find 12. 12 says real. Let's see. Terry C says fake. Terry C says fake. In a pinch, I haven't got yours yet. CDP says true. Which is real. ABC, did you answer? Amber says, sorry, I'm awoke. I didn't hear it. tell you in a minute. Martin D, did you say anything? Dave says real. Bob says fake. Tim says real. And in a pinch hadn't answered. Fake said, I got Terry C down as fake. All right. All I got to do is get Pepper and Ambers. True says Martin. All right. Wandering nude among the hollowed out foundations of a small city in China where buildings and factories once stood proud. Chinese citizens on Friday walked around barely clothed as their home was reduced to a wasteland because they exported everything, including COVID. Pepper says, I said real. Okay, I didn't see it. Sorry, Pepper. Apologize. Real. Now, is that a real news story or a fake news story? Amber, tell us. I say fake, says ABC. All right. Real or fake, real or fake, real or fake, real or fake, real. 12 says, I'm going to hell. Yes, we all might be doing. True, says Amber. Wow. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and give you the answer to this now. Is this a real news story or a fake news story about people wandering in the nude across a hollowed out foundations of a wasteland in a small city in, hold on a second, China? And buildings and factories once stood proud there. They exported everything out of this town, including COVID. It is a real fake news story. The only thing true about that is they sent out COVID. There wasn't no town. So I included the COVID in there to get you guys. Oh, no, you were wrong that time. You're 3-1. Or did you say fake? Did you say fake? Let's see. Toby, you said real. Nope. You said real. It was fake. Polly, you let everybody down, leading them into it was a trick question. No, it was a news story. Now that's my point of how the news can make something sound so real. Now you know why I don't like the clickbait guys on the channels. I said if it's China, it has to be true. That's why Bali said it. But he didn't even listen to the whole question. He just said real in the first place before anything. So he was just done with it in the first place. It was a tricky question, not a trick question. Fake like the facts, fake like everything else. No, actually, she got it right. She pretty much the only one that got it right. A few other people said it was fake too. You did too, Terry. You got it right. Terry got it right. Jessica got it right. Oh, that one right. Sue got it right. Sweetleaf got it right. Let's see. And Pete got it right. China's known for fakes. Oh, yeah, they're known for fakes, all right. So it was a fake news story. Because I didn't bring up any, here's the thing, I didn't bring up any real names of a city. I just said it was a wasteland. There was no factories there anymore. The only thing I put in there was COVID because we know COVID came from another city in China. So that made it sound like it. See how the news can make things sound damn. Yes. Why do you think I do my research for you guys? That's why we play Fake News the Game. Ask Cher and Gail and Sweetleaf and all the ones that's been on with us. There you go. I wish we had time for one more bonus question. We might have time in the final period for one more bonus question. It makes me think of the video game too. That's why I wanted to call it Wasteland. That's why I was thinking Patriot. Bali, but it's not. It wasn't true, was it? It was a made-up story. I got off of one of my fake my comedic fake news sites that I used, and I just rearranged it in my own way too. So that was a whole story I wrote myself. I figured you guys would figure me writing like that just sounds like that's got to be fake. All right, your prize, Jessica, is Toby. I'm gonna have to count up. You and Toby and a few others are tied 3-1. So, Patriot, I can get. Hey, look, I can give you Patriot. You got a choice between the Patriot and Toby, Jessica. We'll play a little match game right quick. Yeah, you got it right, Daniel. You did. You got your 3-1 this morning too. Toby got that question wrong. She said just because I'm the winner. Snap. Toby is the cheater. Oh, I'm gonna have to figure out how to get. I'm gonna have to get some prizes for you guys to send out and give to you guys. Give to you guys. We had so much fun doing this. We're gonna start doing it every Friday. Still to come, Reagan Box will join us in the next period. Representative for Congress, U.S. Senate, I should say. She'll be with us in the next period. And you guys have some questions for her? She's a Republican representative. We'll be with her in the next period. All right. Which of these NFL preseason game of the week? Which one's the game of the week? I'm going to say Jaguars and Falcons, 33% of the votes. 7% going to Dolphins and Bucks. 33% going to 49ers, Raiders. 27% the Bears and the Seahawks. So there you go. Hey, Patriot says he doesn't mind how she believes. Oh, there you go, Jessica. The Patriots, nice. I'm doing some love connection here this morning. Love connection. We might do that one more question in the next hour. Between that, I got to do some calling and different things, guys. So don't you dare move away from that radio dial. We're going to take a break. Back in a moment. Wait a minute. That's supposed to be sports.
Attorneys for Brian Koberger claimed he could face a mob mentality if the trial were held for the crime occurred.
Oh, well.
Hi, everyone. If you've been injured in an accident that was not your fault,
Get ready for the draft. If his toe gets in.
Questions for free. Call now and find out if you have a case and how much it's potentially worth.
I don't know about the draft. I'm going to look into that. I'm going to look into all that. Well, we play fake news game. Don't let them get you. I know where that. I've heard that place there, Martin Deloach. You saw it in the Atlanta Journal-Constitution. I don't know. Sometimes their stuff's a little out there. I'm just kidding. Hey, what's up, brother, man? How you doing, Randall? You just missed fake news the game, but you'd have had fun. We got a guest coming on.
Major League Baseball and the American League last night, the Cleveland Guardians are up 6 runs in the 12th.
Don't troll me, chats. Don't troll her. I'm not going to troll you, Jessica. Don't worry about it.
The highlight of the frame came when David Fry tripled to clear the bases. The loss overshadowed another power showing for New York.
Yeah, guys, don't troll her. I don't know who's trolling. But they might think you're cute, Jessica. You never know.
That's correspondent Ethan Coolbaugh reporting.
Hold on one second. All right, guys, give me a minute. I got my guest. Sorry about that, guys. It wasn't frozen. I had to answer the phone. Good morning.
Morning.
Hey, how you doing this morning?
Sitting at a gas station so I can have service to do this.
Well, that sounds fun. Just don't get their sushi, you know.
No, I try to stay away from gas station sushi. You see, I'm smarter than most people already.
Got to stay away from that for sure.
Yeah, that would be good.
All right. Well, good, Terry. I'm glad you do. You guys have any questions in the feed, let me know. All right. We'll just go on and we'll have a discussion, and I'll do a little intro for you, and then we'll talk a little bit about some of the stuff you've done in the past quickly, and then we'll talk about what you're planning on to do and everything.
Okay.
And if anybody has some good questions, which my audience probably will, I'll get whichever ones out of there are good.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Just about anything.
I know. Well, ABC, a guy that listened to me all the way from Russia, says, "Hello, Madam Congress Representative." They're on the YouTube. Saying hello to you.
Awesome. Tell them hi.
She says, "Hello, guys." Okay, I'll ask her that question. That's not a hard one. All right. Let's see here. All right. Let's see. All this here. There, get ready there. Good morning. How you doing, Cher? Good morning to you. Well, Daniel, you're more brave than we are about gas station sushi. So he says it's delicious. He's more brave. There you go.
You don't even need the wasabi with that.
I know, right? Exactly. No, we go to gas stations in the South, guys, and get fried chicken and mashed potatoes.
The chicken livers are good too.
Yep, they are. All right, let me get that down. You guys popping a lot of stuff in there. I know, Pepper. How can anybody eat sushi in a gas station? I'd be scared. I agree. Hello, Captain Hot Buns. How you doing this morning? You're going to stick with your chicken and wedges. There you go. That's always safe. Yes.
Southern staple.
Exactly.
Brain food.
Yes, it is. All right, let me get that one, Bob.
Family-based culture and leads in race and tools to build a business that lasts. If you're interested in learning about our pre-lessons school or how to get started, call 678-634-9770. Visit our website at LaborPartnersRealEstateSchool.com today.
Thank you, guys.
We exist to provide recovery support services for individuals and family members who have been impacted by addiction. Our services are no cost, and all of our information is available on our website at www.careerforce.org or follow us on Facebook. And Neal is no pastor here at City Church. I want to thank you for tuning in to our website, and hope that you'll take the time to look through on the website, all the different activities.
All right, let's see. We're getting ready to go on.
Our purpose here in the city is transforming lives for Jesus' sake. We believe that takes place in three separate pillars. The first one is corporate worship. We come together each Sunday for our worship services where our
There you
focus
go.
is
There
on
you go.
glorifying God. That is the
You might have to redo some of those questions there because everybody's popping in, guys. I can't write them all down.
And we believe that church is not to be contained inside the walls of the building, but rather outside those walls. And we look for opportunities, and we have different partners in the community where we partner with other kingdom-minded ministries that are doing kingdom work. And so, encouraging our individuals here at the church to be the hands and feet of Jesus outside the walls.
Done about cleaning up the voter roll. Okay.
The third pillar is our community group, our small groups who are meeting in homes throughout the community here at Neal. And the focus of these groups is simply Bible study, sitting in a circle, opening up the scriptures, and asking the Holy Spirit to speak to us and through us as we study God's word. So what the group does, we usually post three things that here's the transformation that takes place.
All right.
Thanks for listening to Braves Country right here on the Key. You can catch Braves Country on Braves Country HD. Find us on YouTube today. YouTube.com/@Braves Country. You're listening to WQEE 99.1 FM, The Key in Newton, Georgia.
The views and opinions of this show and program are not the views and opinions of this station, its management, or its clientele.
Good morning. Welcome back into RyanORadio Penitentiary. You guys are in lockdown with us on this TGIF Friday edition of your favorite radio show. 78,000 plus of you worldwide on that Shoutcast, Shout It Out Loud, across that RyanORadio media page, Earth Rock Radio, New Mexico, Arizona, and the Navajo Nation. We're also across the British Columbia Isles of Canada, and 99.1 FM WQEE, home of inspirational talk and Southern sports. We're across all that, including our YouTube page. Get your questions in this morning. We got a few of them coming through as we got a very special guest on the show this morning. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. If you don't see me again, that's a very, very good night. Welcome in. Yes, the man around here, RyanORadio Penitentiary. Our guest this morning is a Georgia native. She is. And like many Americans, she has worn many hats throughout her life. She attended Berry College for 5 years. She studied abroad in Paris with art and history. And of course, she put a swim cap on and performed with shark and sea turtle research down in Florida Keys. Her son had to do some mission work in Costa Rica. The past 15 years, she wore a cowboy hat and traveled around the country, breaking, training, and showing horses at the national level, and helped ranchers, and also worked in feedlots when needed. She was the women's ranch rodeo reserve world champion and U.S. cutting horse world champion. Say that 5 times fast, Ryan. Also, none of these hats are more important than the one she's about to put on as candidate for United States Senate for the state of Georgia. Please welcome, that's in 2026, the one, the only, Reagan Box. Good morning, Reagan.
Good morning. Thank you very much.
Thank you for being.
Runway model.
Do what?
You forgot runway model. I did that too.
Oh, I didn't have that in a runway model. All right. Well, now guess what? Reagan, you got everybody's vote now. So.
Had a few people say, hey, you're better looking than Kent. That's all it takes.
Well, you know what? That's true. That's true. Okay. But it takes more than that. And I think with all that you got in your background actually makes it feasible for you to be doing this in 2026. I do want to talk about you right quick before we get into some of the questions and stuff from our audience. I gave a little bit of everything about you. Tell us what part of Georgia you're from, and then I want to get into some of this rodeo stuff in just a minute.
Okay, so I'm born and raised in Chickamauga, Georgia. For
for those of you that don't know, it was the second bloodiest battle in the Civil War, just behind Gettysburg. 34,000 men died in 2 days. So it's interesting. Like, I always grew up with history right there all the way around me. So I try to bring a historical background and presence to everything I think about doing, because whether people want to realize it or not, history does repeat itself.
Yes, it does. It does. Well, you've done a lot of great things. I mean, the thing about it is Berry College, very respected college here in the state of Georgia. Sometimes they play LaGrange College and colleges over in the West Georgia area. You also studied abroad, art and history in Paris. Now, I want to know a little bit about that and how fun that was.
Oh, that was great. The only problem is alcohol is cheaper than water. And if we missed a day of school, they'd automatically bail us.
What?
Yeah, so we'd like crawl into class and they start serving us beer and wine with our school lunch. We're like, we're Americans, you can't do that. Like, we don't focus that way.
Right. You start giving us that, we got to go out. We're going to go home.
Yeah, we're not prepared to think right now. Like, you've got to change your program for us. Like, we don't work that way.
I know that one time back in school, that reminds me that we had a French class that took the top students over to France, and McDonald's. You could walk into McDonald's and order a Budweiser with your Big Mac meal, and I had a buddy of mine actually do that, and they didn't even card him, and he was a high school guy. So.
They don't care over there. I think the legal drinking age is 15 or 16. So.
Wow. All right. Well, you went down to the Florida Keys. Now that's cool, because I've done some stuff in Florida. I lived in Florida too. Let's talk a little bit about what you did down in Florida. Shark and sea turtle research.
Yeah. So my uncle was a park ranger there in the Dry Tortugas National Park, which is the closest island to Cuba, about 60 miles away. And so during the summers, I would either fly or drive down to the Keys and volunteer with the shark and sea turtle research. And we catch the sharks, and me being compassionate, I'd take all the hooks out of their mouths.
Right.
And we tag them and weigh them, measure how long they were and everything, and just see where these sharks were going and where the breeding habitats were. And then with the sea turtles, what we do is we mark the egg or mark the nest.
Right.
When we see where the sea turtle came up, and then we check the nest every single day. And after about, I think it is 30 or 35 days, we go out there and look for signs of emerging babies.
Right.
And then about 3 days after we saw the first signs of emergence, we dig up the whole nest. We help every little trapling that was stuck in the nest. We get it out to the ocean, and then we take all the shells out, and then we try to make a count of how many eggs each turtle is laying, and B, the unopened eggs, we tell why we thought they died.
Wow.
And yeah, it was so cool. But the scary part is, like, the pollution. Even in the Keys, you can see the bottom of the ocean at 100 feet or so.
Right.
So it's really surprising that there'd be pollution there, but I can't tell you how many numbers of baby sea turtles were born with like 2 sets of front or back flippers or 2 heads and whatnot.
Wow, man. Well, you did a lot of that, and also you went to Costa Rica on a missionary work. Let's talk a little bit about that right quick.
Oh, that was so good for my heart and soul. You know, the people were so grateful for everything. The churches were just a concrete slab with like palm tree leaves on the side and just a pole barn. And there'd be chickens running through in the middle of service, and the kids would be so happy to get like a toothbrush and toothpaste. They'd start brushing their teeth right there in church.
Wow.
And it was just something that I will never forget how excited and happy the people were. Like, they were wanting to slaughter a goat to feed us, and we're like, no, you just keep your food.
Exactly. Oh yeah, I've heard many mission trip stories before too, Reagan. So it sounds great. And before we do talk about the break-in training and showing horses and all that stuff at the national level, you said you also was a model, so and everything. So let's talk a little bit about that and the beauty queen and everything behind you.
Like I just got pushed into it. I guess when you're a 6 foot tall blonde, everyone thinks that's where you're supposed to be. It wasn't ever something I was truly interested in, but it was a fun experience. I got to do some runway shows where like modeling wedding dresses with one dress. I bet you it weighed over 60 pounds. Like just all the beadwork and everything on it, the pearls. It was just crazy, and I was like, dude, I don't even know if I could pull this. Because at the time I was 5'11" and weighed 90 pounds.
Oh, it was you were teetering back and forth in this dress.
And to make matters worse, like I have small feet for as tall as I am. I only wear like a size 8.
Right.
They sent the wrong size shoes. They sent like a size 10 shoe.
Oh no.
So I had to stuff it with toilet paper and walk runway in it. And I was like, I told the guy that was my groom, I was like, dude, you're gonna have to hold me up because like I might fall. It's an experience for sure. I mean, it was a great experience. That's all I can say. I mean, like I said, it wasn't my thing, but kind of got pushed into it.
Well, you got all kind of things you're doing, and the big thing is, and here at the station, we're about to have a rodeo show on the network where someone's about to going around to the different rodeos, and you did this. You wore your cowboy hat, which is perfect because it's Georgia. There you go, and you went around the country on the national level. So let's talk about break-in training, showing horses, helping ranchers out, and doing all that good hard work on a ranch.
Oh, that was so amazing. Like, I enjoyed that part of my life probably the best. It was the most freeing, and I could just be myself, you know. They don't care what you do as long as you get the job done kind of thing.
Right.
And I worked on a big 40,000 acre ranch in New Mexico at one point. My favorite was when we got to go neighboring, which is when you help your neighbors with their cows and whatnot.
Right.
And we get at the neighbor's house at like 4:30 or 5 in the morning, and his wife would have food cooked for us. We'd eat breakfast, and then we had our horses saddled on the trailer, and we'd get on them right before daylight and head out. And the smell of wild sage as you're riding through it was just intoxicating.
Wow.
And we spend the day gathering cows. And it was like an old-time working ranch. We had the branding fire set up with the branding irons, and we rope and drag those calves to the fire, brand them, castrate them, dehorn them, give them their shots. It was just the best experience ever. I loved it. And it was funny. The only reason I got to go to this as a woman is my boss vouched and said, hey, she's tough. She won't complain. She'll work hard.
Right.
So let her go in there and do it. So I knew I couldn't complain going into it. And I knew that they were going to test me and try me. So these cowboys, just to be cowboys, were like roping these 400-pound calves and dragging them to me for me to flame.
Right.
I mean, I'd have the sleeves of my shirt ripped off and everything, and I kept doing it. And it was, by the end of it, those guys were sending horses to me to break and everything. Like, I just ended up being one of the guys, and it was just awesome.
I love hearing that, and I love that you showed the boys you could do it, but they should have known when you said, I'm from Georgia, that you were going to do it anyway. So.
Well, but, you know, it's funny. Every part of the country has their own version of a cowboy, and it all depends on the terrain.
Right.
Those New Mexico cowboys couldn't cowboy here.
No.
They don't know how to deal with trees. Even your dogs are different.
Right.
Because of the terrain. Like here, they use a bunch of Catahoula leopards and yellow black mounts and stuff like that, because you need a dog that will bark so you know where it is, and they need to be able to catch that cow and stop it. Out west, because like where I was, there's no trees. I mean, I gathered a field that was 7 sections, that's 7 square miles by myself, and you're just looking for the little black dots.
Right.
And so you use border collies a lot just to help you turn and gather, but border collies don't bark. So, that dog would be useless in this part of the world.
Right.
And two, like you think about Florida and Louisiana, those guys, even their gear is different. A lot of them ride in rain boots because they're going through swamps and water and stuff, which is not, it can be an issue here.
Right.
It's not an issue out west, like where I was in New Mexico and got 15 inches of rain a year. And so it's just totally different how things work. And like here, you can have a half an acre or acre per cow. And where I was in New Mexico, you need 20 acres to 30 acres of cow.
Oh my goodness. Well, I tell you what, go ahead.
You just get to learn a lot and understand why there's differences in our culture and our way of thought through the terrain. Just like, so where I was in New Mexico, the Apache and Navajo reservation was there. It's called the Bosque Redondo. And so I got to work a lot with the Native Americans. And like, because the grass they get so little rain, and the grass has so many different light shades of brown and yellow and greens and stuff, their language has over 50 words for green.
Wow.
Just to differentiate between it all.
There you go, guys. See there? And we have a lot of Navajo Nation listening on the station here, and they're commenting now saying, "Oh, great that you were out here with Sue." Says, "You go, girl." She's on the Navajo Nation. You go, girl.
I loved it. It was just the best experience. Like, I was surprised the Indians took me in as well as they did. Like, they painted up my face with war paint, put the feathers in my hair, and just threw me out. And I think they thought it was funny. I asked them to teach me, and I noticed a little kid laughing, and then I realized they were just teaching me the cuss words, and I thought I was saying something else. So I was rattling off all this stuff I wasn't supposed to.
Oh my goodness! Oh, that is so funny. Oh, they see that's what they do. Oh, you see.
Of it now, that was 10 years ago, but yeah, I noticed the kids laughing at me. I'm like, I don't think I'm saying what I think I'm saying.
The first words to learn in the native Navajo language is curse words there, guys. Get your teacher to curse words.
Yep.
Oh, my goodness. Well, with all that being said, it's leading you right now to an important office here. And, of course, you're going to be you're a candidate for U.S. State Senate for the state of Georgia in 2026. Tell me how this journey began and how the journey is going now.
Well, part of it was when I actually got to work for Rex Tillerson as he was Trump's Secretary of State, training horses, and I'd have conversations with the security detail.
Right.
And they tell me stories of what, things they saw and didn't like and whatnot, and that just kind of lit a fire underneath me. And the federal government's something I always really watched anyways, just because the Navajo people probably realize this, but when you live that far out and you're that rural, there is no local government.
Right.
Really.
Right.
I mean, so I just always kept up with things federally.
Right.
And back when 2020 started hitting, everything just really bothered me, how people gave up their freedoms and rights and liberties without even a blink of the eye. They never questioned anything. And stuff like the vaccine, like I'm like sitting there going, okay, these numbers don't make sense. Like we wouldn't say our herd is at pandemic stage or anything because we have 3 sick cows. Like,
Right.
I don't understand pushing this vaccine. I don't understand the shutting down, and especially the churches.
Right.
Like, to me, a lot of the churches were so quick to shut their doors, and I'm like, I don't see Jesus doing that.
Nope.
And to be honest, like when I was at local church, they shut the doors, and then when they said we could come back, they said you had to wear a mask.
Right.
And yet again, I don't see Jesus doing that. And then, they said when you sing, hum instead of sing, even though you're wearing a mask if you don't project the virus. And I'm like, okay, so I'm one of those anal retentive people. I had to get in my Bible and count every time the Bible says to sing his praises and sing them loudly.
Right.
It says it 207 times. it never once said anything about hunting.
Wow.
So,
Yeah.
I started watching all this, and I'm
Right.
like, everything is going wrong in our world.
Right.
And no one's standing up and no one's speaking truth. And I don't know if you've ever heard of the Founders Bible.
Okay.
But it's an NSAE version of the Bible.
Uh-huh.
And all throughout it has stories of our founding fathers and our history. And so we learn where we came from biblical principles as a country. Like, one of the things I tell people, I didn't realize at Bunker Hill when our founding fathers said, don't shoot till you see the light of their eyes, that actually came from Romans 13:1.
Right.
All rulers come from God. And the reason our founding fathers said that is they didn't want to be seen as going against God, but they
Right.
knew they could defend themselves if the British shot first. And so it was godly to defend yourself,
Right.
not to start a war. And so that's what that Bible's on. So I'm sitting at home reading my Founders Bible, and it just kind of hit me. Our founding fathers, when they signed the Declaration of Independence,
Mm-hmm.
they knew that they were signing the death warrants, and yet they did it anyways. And at this time, they were not fighting for a country. They were willing to die for an idea. And so if we're not willing to voice our opinions and stand up for what is right, we need to shut up. And I'm not willing to shut up. So that's what next day I Googled how to run for U.S. Senate in Georgia and filled out the paperwork, and that's when I became a candidate.
Wow. So all this just came to you, and of course, with God leading you towards this, and it's been a very long process, because it's gonna be even longer, because it's gonna be, you're running in the 2026 election. So
It is ruling, because I'm also going to college.
Right.
I'm taking 18 hours of college credit, because I actually never finished college. Unlike college kids today, I don't expect anyone to pick up the tab.
Right.
But I realized, I was like, everything I like in school, you can't make a living at. So I'm paying for this, and that's why I quit and went to training horses. I was just like, I'd rather do what I love than pay for a degree that's not going to help me make any money.
Right.
And so I'm going to college full time to get a bachelor's in paralegal, so they can't say I'm an uneducated horse trainer.
Right.
Taking 18 hours of college credit. I'm still working horses. I've got 4 of them to ride once I get off this interview.
Right.
And going around the state. And I mean, it's been growing. Like Thursday week ago, I was in Harris County. Friday, I was at the 11th District Marksmanship event. Saturday, I was at the Tillman rally. But Tuesday, I was in Walker County, Georgia. Last night, I was in Elbert County near South Carolina.
Right. Wow.
And I'm just going to 3 to 5 events a week. I think next week, I've got 6 events in 3 days.
Wow. This is a long road out there for sure, and everything.
It's like the worst marathon you can think of. I put over 40,000 miles on my truck last year.
Wow.
Just driving around the state.
Well, pretty soon you're gonna have to get a new truck.
I just got a new vehicle. The motor blew up about 3 weeks ago.
Oh my goodness. Well, now that we know some of the things and that you are standing for, what are some of the things that you're planning to bring to the Senate and bring to light for most of us here?
Okay, so one of the most important things I think right now, just in our political climate, is everyone's tired of not having any rule of law. And the U.S. Senate, constitutionally, they can fix this real quick if they just do their job.
Right.
So one of the constitutional powers of the U.S. Senate is they can actually impeach judges. Why aren't we impeaching these judicial activists? Why did they let Ketanji Brown Jackson in the Supreme Court when she couldn't say what a woman is? Because our Declaration of Independence says our laws come from the nature of law and law of nature, which means Mother Nature and the law of morals. When she can't define what a woman is, she's going against the law of nature.
Right.
And so it's real simple. Just stand up and start impeaching these judges, and that's how you get rule of law back. But the U.S. Senate has not impeached a judge in 83 years.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a long time. I mean,
But once they start realizing they're going to be held accountable for this behavior, it's going to stop. But we've got to hold them accountable, and constitutionally, it's right there for us to do.
right. Wow. I mean, go ahead.
That's the most easy thing we can do right now to start getting our nation sanity back to our nation. There's so much, like, with the border, I tell people, I was like, I'm all for building that wall. But we've got to realize building a wall isn't going to stop what's going on at our border because the cartels are making too much money off human trafficking and drugs.
That's
You've got
true.
to think, if they dug 35 miles worth of tunnels to get El Chapo out of prison, that wall's not going to stop them. They're going to find another way. So what I'm suggesting is label the cartel as a terrorist organization and use our military and special ops to start taking them out. The people in those countries will feel a lot safer when they're not being beat up by the cartel and having family members killed, and they'll want to stay in their country when they're not being stolen from and everything else.
Wow.
It's really simple. And one thing going on with the border that no one's talking about, and probably I know it just because I worked out west on ranches and stuff like I do.
Right.
But it's not only a biosecurity hazard for people, but for livestock too. Like, I'll give you a great example.
Okay.
Haiti right now, we're about to have an influx of Haitian illegals because of all the political unrest there.
Right.
Well, the problem with that is they have brucellosis going through their cows. Brucellosis here in the United States, if your cow gets it, there's no cure. It has to be euthanized immediately. Now, brucellosis will live on your clothing, on your shoes, in the dirt for 90 days, and it will live in the water for 120 days. So it will still be alive when they come over our border into our prime ranch lands.
Wow.
And so we could be annihilating our whole food supply chain and not even know it. You think about it. What if one of those cows there on the border was asymptomatic, wasn't showing symptoms? The rancher there in Texas doesn't know his cow has it. He takes it to an auction, and a farmer here in Georgia buys that cow and it exposes it to his herd. And the stress from shipping and everything makes the sickness come out. That farmer in Georgia, his herd is just exposed. And if he has neighbors that have cows and they're touching noses over the fence, that neighbor's cows are just exposed.
Wow. Yeah, that's.
I mean, it's just crazy what they're allowing, and it's just detrimental in every way, shape, and form.
Wow, this is some stuff that they're not really talking about in the news, and you're not really getting to know what's going on because it's just something that we're learning today. Actually, a lot of us are learning today. So I never knew anything about this until now, Reagan. So
No, it is. I'm going county to county here in Georgia and talking about this stuff that I'm telling you today.
Right.
And I've had people that used to work on the border and everything come up and shake my hand and say, thank you for saying that. You're the first person in my lifetime ever talking about this. But like, I actually had a meeting with Sid Miller, the head of Texas Department of Ag, back in May.
Right.
And I asked him about it. He said what they're really having a problem with in Texas from the illegals coming over is swine flu. They're bringing swine flu and infecting our pigs.
Wow.
And I'm not being harsh on the illegals. They don't know that they're carrying that on their clothing and shoes. But
right.
Be smarter. You think about it. 100 years ago, when you went through Ellis Island, they used to make you burn your clothes so you didn't carry disease
That's true.
into the country.
That's true.
There's more stringent ways of stopping this 100 years ago than what they're allowing today.
You see, nobody even thinks about that and everything, and that makes a lot of sense. There's a lot to it, but they don't speak about that. They don't want nobody to know.
No, they don't. Another thing I want to do is start protecting our sovereignty as a nation, which will protect our sovereignty sovereignty as individuals.
Right.
We have the United Nations, the World Economic Forum, and the World Health Organization all trying to write international laws that will supersede our First Amendment rights. They're trying to write laws on misinformation and disinformation and tell us what to think.
Right.
And like I tell people, if they're allowed to do that, our Second Amendment rights will soon be gone.
Wow.
It will soon be gone. And why is no one talking about this? Well, I mean, to me, this is a big deal.
Right.
If I don't have my sovereignty and my freedoms and liberties,
Right.
I'm not going to die as a slave, I can tell you that. And that's what they're going to make us. We will either bring our nation back to God in the Constitution, or we will become slaves to a globalist organization. And people have got to realize that and start standing up. I mean, this is serious stuff.
Yeah. There's a lot that's going on and everything, and everybody is yes. You guys, thank you for that. Toby in Texas wants to know: are you for legalizing cannabis?
It's really not a big deal to me.
Okay.
I mean, alcohol has a lot worse side effects to me than pot, so
Right.
it wouldn't bother me. But I think that would be more of a states' right issue
Okay.
than a federal issue, just the way the Constitution is set up.
All right, guys. You get well. You took out some of the other questions you were asking me. You erased them, so I can't ask those. But no, this is a great discussion, and I'm glad that you're going around the state. I'm glad we've got somebody. I know it's going to take going into 2026. I know that it's taken a lot of people to support, and you and I have talked off the air, and you're doing this as a one-person operation. You got some.
I have a campaign team, but everything's on a volunteer basis.
Yep.
First of all, I'm trying to stay out of the political machine. There are too many people that will take your money and not do the job, and I think the machine is part of the problem in our country.
Right.
People are buying these spots, basically. And so this is truly a grassroots effort where we, the people, are going to have to stand up and fight for people like me to get in. Word of mouth is free. Ask me to come speak an event with 20, 30, 40 people. That costs little to no money.
Right.
But this is how we're going to have to do it. Like, it's just absurd when you look at it. They're telling me to be a viable candidate, I need to raise at least $50 million.
Right.
And to me, that's just crazy for a seat that makes $175,000 a year. And you think about
Wow.
it, when you're getting that kind of money behind you, you're going to have to write rules, laws, and regulations to protect those people giving you money.
Right.
And that's why I say that we've become a fascist oligarch here in this nation. It's all about money. And one of the things I want to fight is like the medical and pharmaceutical industry,
Yes.
the healthcare industries, because they, through regulatory capture, the same thing they've done with the political seats, they have done that to those industries. And so, yet again, being involved with animals and livestock, I can tell you how the discrepancies in it, and we, the people, we are being price gouged, and we have laws against that, but no one's bringing it up. So I'll give you some examples.
All right.
A human ultrasound machine costs $15,000, but I can buy the same machine with the same specs from Amazon for animals for $1,600. A human incubator is $20,000, but I can buy one that fits a 20-pound dog off of Amazon for $125, and for another $100, I can get the oxygenator and the nebulizer. How many low-income families could get their newborn better care at home that they're not having to pay for the rest of their lives, giving them those options?
Right.
They say you get bit by a rattlesnake. And I know this from personal experience because my dog got bit just a couple years ago. But so you and your dog get the same medicine, and you actually get the bag of antivenom they give you is the same size. Now, they will charge you at the hospital $13,000 a bag for that antivenom. You know what it was for my dog?
How much?
$500 a bag.
Whoa!
So there's also a company that makes MRI machines for both humans and for horses. Both machines have the same specifications and resolutions. And you would think, you'd go, well, Reagan, that horse machine is going to cost more because there's more material since it's big enough to fit a horse, right?
Exactly.
The human ultrasound machine they charge $1.2 million for, and the horse machine they charge $100,000 for.
Wow. Wow.
I mean, there's no reason that they should have that much different in price.
No.
No.
No, not at all. I mean,
like I said, it's price gouging because they know we don't want to get sick and we don't want to die, so they're just jacking up the prices on us. And it hits us 2 and 3-fold. They know that the insurance companies will pick up the cost.
right.
And so eventually it just drives up the cost for insurance.
Right.
And so, it's a never-ending force with what they're doing and how they're doing it. If we opened up our medical system and let experimental treatments and stuff in and let it be a free market system instead of all this government regulation, we have better, cheaper health care. I mean, I want you to think about this. How many times do you hear your vet messing up on an animal's procedure? And that animal either getting sick or dying from it. You don't.
You don't. That's right.
Very rarely.
Right.
And so, my dog, I thought she started limping, so I took her into the vet, and she tore her ACL in her kneecap, and they thought she was going to have surgery, and the vet was like, oh, it'll be about $2,200. Do you want to know what they charge for that same surgery for a person?
How much?
Probably at least $60,000 to $80,000.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, they are. There's a lot of price gouging on us humans. They make more money off of us too in the long run. Oh, wow. Go ahead.
Looking it up, and it just says for the repair and reconstruction, it's anywhere from $5,000 to $20,000 in people. But by the time you add in all the little fees and everything, it goes sky high. I mean, it will be around $60,000. And you've got to think about this. Like, I've talked to a bunch of women here in Georgia that have had babies, and they're charging them like $60 for 2 ibuprofen. Wow. It's like, dear God, how many bottles of ibuprofen can you make?
Exactly.
2 pills.
Exactly. Wow.
I mean, it's just absolutely crazy what they're doing. And so that's one of the issues I'm wanting to fight too, just because it shouldn't be this way. And my thought and theory is we wouldn't even need insurance if they were doing it correctly. I mean, like I said, I would let the vet do the ACL surgery on me.
Wow. Yeah, I know, right? Wow. Well, this has been interesting this morning. We're going to have to get you back on the show as you get closer and closer to a lot that's going on. You definitely need to keep us updated. Patriot out of Tennessee wants to know what are you going to do? What are you going to do to protect the Second Amendment?
You just have to keep fighting it every single day.
There you go.
Nothing angers me more than when these politicians start saying, you don't need that gun for hunting. Well, our Second Amendment right has nothing to do with hunting. If you read it, it's more to keep our government in check and make them afraid of the people.
Okay, see, that makes sense.
Well, I mean, like Boston gave up their guns, and that's why we had the Boston Tea Party.
Right.
And they realized real quick, if we give up our guns, we can't get fight the British.
Right.
And that's why they added that clause there, because they knew that the people needed a way to protect themselves from the government.
Well, there you go. Thank you, Patriot, for that question there. Well, of course, Reagan, before we let you get out of here, got to get a couple more minutes with you. Anything else you'd like to add this morning? And you got many people.
Follow me on my Facebook, Reagan Box US Senate 2026, X, I think it's Box Reagan or Reagan Box. you can go to my website, ReaganForGeorgia.com, and if you want to buy shirts and hats and whatnot, just help the cause. If you can donate, I appreciate it. You know, don't think a donation is a small donation. $5 buys me a gallon and a half of gas.
There you go.
Helps me get to the next meeting. So it's going to take everyone banding together and helping people out to get this done. But this is how we bring our nation back. And like Ben Franklin said, he said, we can either hang together or we will hang separately.
There you go.
And we've got to get that in our mindset. Like, this is a collective movement, and we've got to be pulling and lifting each other up. Just because I'm running for U.S. Senate doesn't make me more important than you. It means this is where God called me to fight. And God bless the people doing the poll watching too.
Right.
It's the tedious long job, and I don't know if I could sit there like that.
Right.
It's all how we take back our nation. We all have our callings and we all have our jobs, and we've got to help each other get there.
Well, Reagan, it's fun, and we appreciate having you with us. And my audience pretty sure feels that you're just one of us, just one of them. And
I'm me to the core.
And we love to have somebody on that actually is speaking truth and actually acts normal. I love this. And I know you got to get out there and get back and take care of horses and stuff. And you need to keep us updated on some of the stuff that's going on with that too. I know that you got a lot going on, but make sure you stay in touch with us here.
We're having a commercial shoot on Monday, actually, and I'm gonna have me breaking horses and training horses in the commercial.
Oh.
And kind of a long story short, in the cowboy world, we have a saying that your horse is a mirror image of your soul. Like, if you don't have the dedication and hard work, it will show up in your horse. If you're fearful, it will show up in your horse. And the same thing can be said about the American people. We are the mirror image of our government. Look at the lack of accountability, look at the lack of rule of law, and look at how they're giving everybody money, and people are giving up their freedoms and becoming modern day slaves to a system just because our government says it's okay. So if we're going to change the nation, we've got to change our government.
There you go. Well, Reagan, it's been an honor having you. We'll get you back on the show as we get closer and closer and everything. Back in a moment, ladies and gentlemen. We'll close out after this.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I appreciate it.
Oh, no problem.
Hopefully I wasn't that bad.
No. Actually, that's what you did was that's why we want people to get to know you. Everybody was loving you on here. So too bad that not all of them are Georgia.
What?
I said, not everybody on here is Georgia viewers, but a lot of them are. So yeah, they were loving it,
It's going to take more than Georgia. About how many viewers do you have?
It determines at times. Some days I get 2.K views to 3.K. It determines what day of the week it is. So every day is different just on the YouTube. And then with the listening audience, I've got different streams all over the country. So, and some on the Navajo Nation too. So it's big.
Well, I think the medical stuff really blows people's minds when they start hearing all that.
Yeah. That's true.
It's mind-boggling that our government has allowed this. And you can't tell me there's not people in the U.S. Senate now that know all that.
Oh, they know, but they just don't want to put it out there. They know for sure.
But I appreciate it.
All right. Well, stay in touch, and we'll get you back on closer or whatever else is going on. And whenever you come near Carrollton and Noon and everything again, let us know. And we can get.
Okay, I'm in Troop County next month.
Okay. Well, if you have time, you can when you come by Troop County, if you want to come by the station, just let me know and everything. Come by and everything.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right. Well, I'll talk to you later. You have a good day.
Okay.
All right. Bye. I knew you guys would like her, especially Toby. Oh, Let's see what we got here.
770-598-0860. John D. Lewis, City First Mortgage Service, LLC. We place you first.
I'm off the count up. I don't know why this keeps happening. Somebody must have been calling to tell me, get them off the air. I'm just kidding. That was the government coming to get me. How many times do you get that many calls? You guys, you know I ain't been getting that many calls from those people, those crazy people in the I get what, how many? One or two after the show or about this time. Mm-hmm. She said it like it is. There you go. I didn't get a chance. I was trying to get some of you guys' stuff in there, but it was kind of an introduction. I knew that was going to be what it was going to be. But if we get more questions, I'll send them over to her. I pose her views, but like her attitude, not as aggressive like it. Well, she's just a regular Southern girl. She's to tell you guys the truth, she told her right there she was going back to school so that she could have a degree as she's running for Senate so that they don't just, call her names. Her name is Reagan Box. Share Reagan Box. Like Ronald Reagan, Reagan Box. Yep. I knew you guys, most of you guys, and even Jessica says she liked it. I knew you guys, that's the kind of people we need on both sides of the aisle that's running, ladies and gentlemen. People that actually can do something. They got the abilities, they got the looks, they got the sense. And, yeah. She lacks fire. Well, most of the politicians out there, they just go, rah, rah, rah. She's a Southern girl. She's got all my Southern girls on here. Tell them she's a Southern girl. They got fire. That's just how they talk. It's like, it's like this. Bless your heart. So all my Southern women, there's fire in there, Bolly, but it's just, it comes in a nice little package. All the Southern boys are going to be like, yep, yep, he's right. Well, she was being respectful and talking nice. Pepper says, yes, we do, mate. We may not show it until you give us a reason to. There you go. I got to get this done, close up, and get out of here. There you go. We're getting ready to get out of here. We want to thank Reagan Box, U.S. Representative for Congress, for being with us this morning. I also want to thank all the people trying to call in between. I don't know who was trying to stop us. Stay tuned. Coming up, it is Lyrical Wisdom with Donna and Bruce. We'll follow that up with Let's Say Divorce, and then Focus on the Family and Hope, Healing, and Inspiration. 12 noon today, it's the Rod Peterson Show. Football Friday, 12 to 2. 2 to 3 is 2 to 3, ladies and gentlemen, is Sports Beat Richard Holders, and 3 to 5 is Praise Country Radio. We'll also 6 to 8 this evening I have Talk Football with Drew and Cole, getting ready for NFL action for the weekend. So there you go. We got everything out right quick. Soap operas. Oh, my goodness. Bold and the Beautiful wrap up this week with Steffi knowing all about the kiss, leaving town. She sees Bill get kissed by Luna. What the heck's going on? Finn is along, and Taylor calls Hope the same thing as Brooke, if you know what I mean. And then Young and Restless, Kyle and Claire get close. Billy and Lily's partnership breakup and all that. So there you go. That's your soap opera week. And all wraps up today for Gail and the Zoo Crew. All right, we're getting ready to get out of here, guys. I appreciate you guys. Stay tuned for lyrical wisdom and everything. Until we meet again, this is Ryan O'Neal saying peace, love, respect. I am out of here. I hope to unlock that front door. All right, guys, we're going to let you get out of here. You have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow. Keep that back door locked. Now I got to unlock them back doors. Now we got people coming in the studio. We'll see you Monday